Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're good. I hope you're well. Spurs win 3-0, a convincing win. A game where we played to West Ham's strengths, nullified it, and came away with 3 points. Our biggest win at West Ham since 1967. Our first win since the Jose Mourinho first game. Second in the league, or third now, Liverpool have gone top. 3 clean sheets out of 4. I'm over the moon and delighted. I hope you're all good and well and you had a wonderful weekend. And let's enjoy another Late Night Lilywhite and Sunday show, ladies and gentlemen. This will be the last Sunday for a good few weeks because of me going back to London. But I will be on Tuesday after we've won the Champions League game. I'll also hopefully be on Wednesday as well. But anyway, let's get into the show, people. Rick, we'll see you soon, hopefully. Mate, there were some crazy NFL games today. There were some crazy games. If I remember correctly, the Lions absolutely battered the Bears. But it must have been an incredible occasion to go to. My wife was trying to get me tickets for the Buffalo Bills to play the New Orleans Saints, not this Sunday, coming the Sunday after. And obviously I'm in London, so she was trying to get tickets, then realised even if she got them, I couldn't go. But I bet you had a great time, Vented. Big up, Mr. Joshua. Big up to you, all the Take Alliance Unite. Top man to you. Oh, Paul, how are you, Paul? Hope you're good and well, buddy. Hope you're good and well. Lord Rodney Trotter's in the building. Good evening to you, sir, and the family. Ethan, big up, brother. Big up. That's what, mate, you spelled it wrong again. There's a U. There's a U after the G, but all good, Paul. I know what you meant, sir. All good. Mate, it's, do you know what? I was speaking with, who was I speaking with? Speaking with Ben from We Are Tottenham TV today. No, it wasn't. It was my friend Ryan I was speaking to. I don't think we kept 3 clean sheets out of 4 under Ange, under Conte. I think we might have done with Mourinho. It's, mate, it's incredible. It's incredible. We're halfway through to keeping the same amount of clean sheets as we did last season in the league. We're almost a quarter of the way to getting the points we did. It's all, mate, it's all good. I am a very, very, very happy bunny right now. I really am. Big up to you, Daniel. Hope you're good and well. Curly, back from Barcelona. Hope you are good and you had a great time, buddy. What a performance yesterday was. Although I will say the Jets got annihilated today, didn't they? We did as well. We did to the 49ers. We are so shockingly shit. But Spurs are doing well, so that's all good. Big up, Jack. You're well on to Tuesday night under the light. Oh, mate, I can't wait. I cannot wait to see that match. I really, really can't. Nipham, big up to you, buddy. Big up to you. I hope you're good and well. Mate, I'll tell you how shocking they were. I fell asleep during that game. I fell asleep right about half time. Missed the second half and caught like the last 2 minutes or something when it was 3-0 already. They are bad. They are bad. Mate, apparently, from what I saw a headliner saying, apparently Murillo could be out for a good little while. It could have happened for a good little while. Normal service has resumed. Chris, big up to you, buddy. Oh, mate, the Saints, do you know what? When I woke up, I think we were 4 or 5 points behind them. We're just so shit on offense. We're so shit on offense. Yeah, 2 for 2. I mean, mate, what's going on with Kansas City? Kansas City are 2-0 or 0-2, should we say? Paul, what's up, buddy? Can I ask you, Brian, is Tell the worst player I've seen at Tottenham shirt? No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not. Listen, he did have a good game, and he's got to improve, and he's got to develop, and he's got to. I think he plays against Doncaster, or he will play, and I think it is only Doncaster, obviously, with no disrespect to them, and hopefully he can get amongst the goals. Because I honestly do reckon there is a slither of me that think there's a player there waiting to unlock. And I think he is so when he's in France and with his under-21s, obviously against other under-21 teams, so the quality isn't as good as playing Premier League. He looks supremely confident, and then when he gets to Spurs, he doesn't. But hopefully now with Kudus, Simmons, Mawani, hopefully they can help him unlock something. But he does need to improve. But I wouldn't say worse. I mean, I can make players like Benjamin Stambouli, Vincent Janssen, Hilda Postiga. I think I think he's not at the back of the queue. Put it that way. Big up, buddy. I hope you are good and well. Good to see that you had a great time in Barcelona, buddy. Yeah, it's under. Yeah, I'm sure it was, but at least you got to go there, mate. It's a historic place to go to. Was watching the Cowboys game against. Oh, mate. Do you know what? The annoying thing, I switched over after the Giants had scored that incredible Hail Mary. I literally turned over because I thought game's done. I didn't know that the Cowboys came back to win it. What's an ending to a game? Mr. Joshua, this guy was insane yesterday. Insane. And do you know what? Fair play to him with all the controversy, all the anger and frustrations and stick coming his way. I think he dealt with it superbly. But well, do you know what? I actually think 3 or 4 players were absolutely brilliant yesterday. And how good is it to say that? How good is it to say that? Yeah, mate. Do you know what, Chris? You're a Saints fan as well. We need a quarterback big time. Rattler's no good. Carr's no good. I don't understand all the way that transfers or drafts work, but how we haven't brought in a quarterback, I just don't know. Yeah, it was unbelievable. There you go, Vented. There's another player that was exactly. Davey, good morning to you, good sir. Good morning to you. I hope you're good and well. I am. Do you know what, Jack? I am confident, and I'll tell you why. We've seen 3-5-2, 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3. None of us, even when we're doing the predicted lineup on Friday night, were thinking. I think a couple of people may have said 4-3-3, but even that, he just mixed and matched the squad. And when you have players like Bentancur not even getting on, I think Tuesday he'll use as strong as he can go. Any lineup he puts out, I'm going to have confidence in, because the one thing I'm loving about him is he's studying the opponent and giving them the respect they deserve, and not just going, right, we're going to do this and this way we win. I think, do you know what? I actually think this is a bigger test than Man City. And the reason I say that is Man City, we just seem to have their number. We seem to have their number. It's this kind of game, like I said, like the Bournemouth, where Brighton play this kind of football, and we're going to have to nullify it. And I'd say Bournemouth and Brighton are kind of very, very similar footballing styles that want to play it on the floor, want to play it nicely and out the back. And I think this will be a big test. And I think the Bournemouth situation and outcome, he would have learned, and we deal with it. I mean, would you take a point, Jack, from Brighton? If I gave you a point right now, would you take the point or would you roll the dice? I don't know which one I'd love to say roll the dice mainly, but away at Brighton wouldn't be a bad result, in all honesty. Oh, you're back from your appointment, brother. How are you? I hope you're good. Yeah, I think that there is something there, but I don't think we should wait too long to find it. If, let's say, you get to January and he's not picked up, I even think a loan. I don't think we would sell him, but maybe a loan where he'll go get regular first team minutes, maybe in the Premier League, might be the trick for him. John, I've had a wonderful weekend. I really, really have. Me and Alana at the moment, my wife, are hooked on a Netflix series that finished a while ago. Don't give me any spoilers if anyone here has watched it. It's a Netflix series called The Blacklist. My God, it's incredible. We've just started season 5 of a 10-season show. If anyone's not watching The Blacklist, I can't recommend it highly enough. It is incredible. Oh, mate, I love Lee Yong Pyo. I loved him. Yeah, Kevin, you know what? It was a great win. They are poor. They are poor, but they were poor last season, and we couldn't get a win against them, could we? I don't think. Oh no, we won't. We beat them at home. We drew them away, and this is the thing. What I love about this, what we got to be careful as well. Or not that you're saying this at all, Jack. I've seen a lot of people going on about Thomas Frank and all our style of play, that we're not being so fluid and we're not playing this expansive open football. He's been here just for a little while. I heard Sava say this, and I said it when we are Tottenham TV yesterday, yesterday still. We moaned about how crap we were defensively and how we couldn't keep a clean sheet. Well, we kept 3 of them. We were moaning about how open we were at set pieces against us and how we could never score with them. Well, we're doing that. You wanted, not you, but people, not you, Kevin. I mean, in general, I'm not talking about the people here. Some of the comments that I'm getting on the Ange Postecoglou rage syndrome is really, really, it's never going away, unfortunately. I've heard people say, well, why would people get excited? We've played Burnley and West Ham, 2 relegation fodders teams. Well, we've won both, scored 6 without conceding. Last season, we took a point off of Leicester, lost to Ipswich at home, lost to Wolves away, lost to Everton away, and now we're winning these games. But last season we couldn't win them, but then we had to blame injuries. It's insane. I don't know what's actually happening. There are a lot of fans, and I'm not talking about the people in here that, and I mean normally just YouTube comments or social media where people just write nonsense. It's like everything you wanted us to improve on, we've improved on. We're keeping clean, and it's just like now you're changing it. It's just crazy. It's crazy, Kevin, isn't it? Oh, mate, he does not want to be there, Davey. He does not want to be there. And I tell you what, their fans weren't happy with him yesterday. And I'm like, you know what? If you want to treat him that way, carry on treating him that way, because I'd still welcome him with open arms at this football club. I think, look at that midfield. You had a Morgan Gibbs wide to it. My good God. I got us down for 3. What is that for Brighton or mate? Do you know what? Oh, 2-3. Yeah, you mean away? Yeah. Well, do you know what? We need revenge from last season. Do you remember when Ange said he didn't make subs because he felt we didn't deserve to win and they wouldn't have had an impact after being 2-0 up? There's revenge for Brighton away. There's a revenge, and obviously the 4-1 on the last game of the season, where they absolutely were all over us. But let's face it, we were completely pissed. They've got a Mitoma, Kevin. They have got a Mitoma, which is just as frightening, or maybe not as frightening. Semenyo is bang on form, isn't he? He was terrifying. Good evening to you, Kat, as well. Good evening to you. How excited were you to see all these Well, 1 second. Let me just take a swig of my... How all the passes Simmons made into open space, expecting players to be there, shows me exactly. Look, Joe, he started on the left. He grew into the game. He certainly grew. You can see what he was about and what he's trying to do. I can't wait to see him when he starts playing in the centre, because then he can see everything and do everything. And he got the assist. He got the assist for the corner, a well-worked corner, which just goes to show our set-piece coach. Everyone was going waxing lyrical about it when it was Antonio Conte's guy. Well, we've got a guy that's revolutionised our defending for set pieces compared to what it was or has been, and now we're scoring them. It's incredible. But Xavi Simmons, you can see there's something about him, and when he moves into the centre, and once he has settled in, my God, once he's on the same wavelength, we're very exciting. We haven't dodged a bullet there, Rick, at all. Look, he's got. Yeah, there are games that players are going to be poor. I didn't watch all of the games because I was busy doing things. People will have but poor games in the season, and the situation at Forest, like we said, he was held captive and hostage when Marinakis was there doing the contract announcement. I think a lot of it was his partner's troubled pregnancy. And I think Morgan Gibbs-White handled himself brilliantly and put family first, and rightfully so. Mate, if we get him, he would be an asset to Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. I guarantee you that. Yeah, that's a good point. They do have a believer. They do have a believer. If we get another 2 wins out of Villarreal and Brighton, I'm telling you, Brian, could be something special this season. Peace and love from Malaysia. Farhan, listen, if we do that, especially with afterwards, we've got Wolves at home. We've obviously lost all 4 games. Then it's we've got Doncaster, then Wolves. Then I believe after Wolves, it is Bodo away in the Champions League. If we can get a win, Villarreal and Bodo to start the Champions League campaign off, be brilliant. Then we've got Leeds away, and then the international break. We are in a good we could be in a very, very good place. I think listen, when it comes to Thomas Frank, mate, I have cheered it on for a long, long time and wanted this, and I'm ecstatic with what he's doing. Yeah, they've got some good players, haven't they? Lord Rodney Trotter. Oh, mate, you did. I mean, I completely forgot when I started watching the game that you had Donnarumma. Forgot you had him. He's going to be colossal for you. He's going to be absolutely massive. Well, he is massive. Great. I'll tell you what I did love is Doku's assist for the first goal and Foden's header. But before we go any further, that reminded me, rest in eternal peace, Ricky the Hitman Hassan. Couldn't believe when that news broke today. Could not believe that news. Sad times. He's same age as me. I was like, whoa. But rest in peace, Ricky. Fancy our chance against Brighton if Spence and so we had this discussion. I was saying about Spence for Porro, wasn't I, on the right back? Be interesting to see what fullbacks. I hope he gives Destiny some minutes in the Champions League. And I think it's right now. Who do you rest? Spence? I put them both together. Spence or Porro, because you want to keep Spence fit as well as Porro. It's a brilliant dilemma to be in, isn't it? It's a brilliant dilemma to be in. It's a great situation, and if we can take 3 points off Villarreal in the Champions League and 3 points against Brighton, mate, what a start! What a start it would have been. It is, Davey. When it came out on YouTube, I put it on my list and always had it on my list to watch. But it just, when you start adding things to your list, it goes further down. Then Ilana and I were just there. We're like, you know what, let's give this a go. We are hooked. The only problem is this kind of show, we said we'll never watch apart. We have to watch it together. Well, Tuesday, she's off to San Antonio, Texas for work until Saturday. Saturday, I fly to England for 5 weeks. So we're going to try and cram a lot in tomorrow once she finishes work. And then that will be it for 5 weeks. So, but the twists and turns and everything in that show, Dave, it is incredible. It is an incredible show. It's great to have confidence, but exactly. This is the thing. And we talk about set pieces. I mentioned it before. Set pieces going forward, it's become a real asset. But do you know what? I think not enough is being mentioned about how well we defend them. That was a serious issue, and it's been sorted. Or so far, obviously, it's only been 4 games, but you can see the difference in this team. And yes, we got a few new players for them to play, but Van de Ven is looking reborn because he's not having to use his pace all the time, and Romero because they got Paulinho doing the work inside. I think Sarr and Berg. I think that midfield 3, when we saw it, I think Simeon and I went for Paulinho, Bergvall, Simmons, and we got 2 of the 3 right, and there was Sarr. The way they're elevating, you'd think at the moment, any midfield combination he plays, like he did against Burnley, when he went Gray, Sarr, Bergvall, I've got confidence in them because he sticks to the plan. And I love when you keep seeing they're constantly looking at their iPads, aren't they? the coaching setup and everything. They're constantly checking for little things that either need fixed or somewhere we can punish a weakness or get the game back in control if they're getting on top of us or something. I'm just loving what I'm seeing. Oh, mate, Paul, you've watched me for a long time. Even before Ange, Thomas Frank. I even went on Last Word on Spurs last season. I think it was February or March, and this is when the results were being really, really bad. It was like, who do you want in? I was like, Thomas Frank immediately. Like straight away, they listed Iriola, Silva, and other managers. I can't remember who, but they mentioned them. And I was like, Thomas Frank. And so people were like, why? I was like, Thomas Frank. He is honestly. I keep saying this, Paul. I think, please God, when he leaves Spurs, and please God, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus years away, I think he leaves right up there with our most successful managers of all time. The coaching staff are doing it. It's just all perfect harmony at the moment. Is it too early to say we have a quality for a top 4 race with City, Chelsea? Do you know what? I think vented top 6 is where I still am. But the way we are playing right now, if we can keep going and keep in the pack till about Christmas, like with it, even if we're in 6th or 7th, but top 4 is within touching distance, who knows, buddy? Who knows? And the thing we got to love as well is we're 4 games in, we haven't picked up one. Like obviously the long-term injuries we've had. But I loved that he took Van de Ven off for whatever minute it was and was like, we've got Europe on Tuesday. We're 3-0 up, not risking your hamstrings. Off you come. I love the subs he's making, when he's making. Don't get me wrong, he got it wrong against Bournemouth, didn't he? He definitely got it wrong against Bournemouth, but he's openly admitted he got it wrong and that was on me, yada, yada. I'm just loving everything he's doing. And do you know what? If we can keep performing like we are and he can keep rotating with confidence, because I don't know what you guys think. I think all this rotating as well, our team are hungry to improve. If they get, I don't think Bentancur was dropped on, and it's all the buzzwords, isn't it? I don't think he was dropped on Saturday. I think it was rested for Tuesday. I think Frank will be telling them, look, this is the bigger picture. I want to keep you fresh. I want to keep you fit. And I want to keep you hungry to keep doing better and not just thinking if you're fit, you play. And it's working a treat. Oh, dear. Some of the things that they were putting on Twitter before, even when the team lineup came up and they went beatable, I was like, oh, yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. Nobody's seen West Ham. That should be in the Jason Cundy voice. I'd say roll the dice for Brighton. Okay. Roll the dice. We need to push for 3 points, especially so we can get clear of United before they get. Yeah, mate, they are in such a mess, aren't they? They are a mess. I mean, if he goes, Crystal Palace have. I mean, if I had been United and we'd sacked him, it's Iriola or Glasner. But the thing is now, like we said, is any manager really? If I was Crystal Palace. Normally you get the Manchester United job and you think, oh, that's a dream job. That's the biggest club in the world. I don't know if I'd want to go there right now as a manager. It is a shit show. Yeah, irons are definitely in the fire, buddy. Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible, isn't it? Incredible. When you say that, 1967, it's insane. All the talk about Brighton, but how we feel about Villarreal. Seems like we've had seems they have, mate. And I tell you what, they've got that 30-year-old ex-Arsenal piece of trash come in. And you know what? West Ham fans think they gave Kudus a bum rap. They ain't got no idea what he's going to get. Manor Solomon could be playing. We don't know yet if he's cup tied or Spurs have got an arrangement where he doesn't play against us. Tajon Buchanan, my favourite Canadian player. I think Pepe's there as well, the ex-Arsenal flop. It's going to be a spicy game. And Villarreal are a decent team. But I think if this had been away, I'd be a little bit more worried, Ethan. Home, I think, especially the first first game post Levy, I think that stadium's to be rocking on Tuesday, like literally rocking. And a few of my friends that went yesterday said at 3-0 they started singing "We Want Levy Out" and "We Got Levy Out," and we're just doing it tongue in cheek to wind West Ham fans up with their owners. Just, I think that the whole mood of the club right now is in a fucking terrific place, and so it should be. Give him time, new players play. Exactly. It's going to, mate, this is the thing, Kevin. I don't think Thomas Frank at the moment knows his preferable best formation for the players he's got. And I don't think he knows what his best midfield three are. I don't think he knows what his best front three are. It's just incredible to think that we're playing these games and we're getting the right results. Apart, obviously, take out Bournemouth. And if you look at it, PSG, all right, we lost the game overall, but I think we played brilliantly. We had to nullify. It wasn't the greatest spectacle, but I'm loving the tactical elements of the game. As much as we want to see swashbuckling football and cavalier and flicks and tricks and intricate passing and free-flowing moves, yeah, that will come. That will come. But not all the time, but I'm loving watching a tactical game of football. I'm loving soaking up the pressure and then hitting on the... I'm just loving every single aspect of it. And you know what? There was a guy today on the We Are Tottenham TV when I did the player ratings with Simeon that left a comment. And these are the people that I respect and appreciate. Rather than people just coming at me going, "Oh, where were you when you supported blah, blah," or, "Oh my God, Brian Kirk, can you shut up about Frank?" This guy said, "You know what? I love Dange, and Brian really used to piss me off near the end of the season." And then he said, "But more and more is it looking like he was right, as in Thomas Frank would be different." And I appreciate, you know what? I appreciate when I make a ricket or I fuck up, I'll always come on here and say sorry, or if it's on a message. But those are the ones I respect. For people to come out and say, "Do you know what? I think I got this wrong. I can see I really respect it." Big up to you, Daniel, and damn right, hashtag a new era. It really is. Ink to audio. That keeps reminding me I've got to book my tattoo when I get over. And I am going with freedom, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go freedom, then the date. And once I've got it done, well, I might go with someone and get someone to film it for the channel. Maybe I'll do that. Would people like to see? Let me just leave that comment there. Let me quickly go down for the first time. Would people like it if I actually did a pre-recorded of it and did the tattoo as a vlog? And has anyone seen the We Are Tottenham TV vlog of my tattoo? As in the We Are Tottenham TV tattoo? Oh, that day was quite embarrassing. Or no, it wasn't embarrassing. The way they did it was fantastic. I'll see what you guys say when I get down to the bottom. But let's go into audio. Big up to you, buddy. Went to the LAFC game last night. Sonny scored in the first minute. First minute and a half. Watch Spurs batter the Hammers. Then see, mate, that is a perfect Saturday, isn't it? That is a perfect Saturday. Did they win in the end? I really don't keep an eye on MLS football because Toronto is so poor. That's a great question, Gemini. It's a great question. That is a great question, in fact. Whoa, do you know what? I'm going to go Kolo Muani. I'm going to play it safe with a striker, and I'm going to say Kolo Muani. I must admit, MGW did look complete. Yeah, he doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be there. And obviously, when he signed the contract, I imagine he'd be signing because of Nuno. He had a good relationship with Nuno. And now he's probably told, sign because we're going to do this, and this, only for it to be the exact opposite of what's happened. We need a free AJ McCree from the Backstreet Boys. Okie dokie, if you say so. If you say so, brother. Big up to you, Brandon. I hope you're good and well. Chris, good evening to you, sir. I still have the slight feeling of what Spurs are going to turn up, but things are looking well. Chris, you know what? This is the thing. Like we speak about the ownership, the board, whatever, and it's I have my doubts. I have this. I wouldn't blame you to say, like, I'm sure when a lot of people saw the lineup and saw Telstar and only Paulinia as the recognised or established, we say midfielder, not recognised, because Saren Bergvall, and it's a 4-3-3. And you're like, well, wait a minute, it's 4-2-3. I understand that, but Frank will build belief. Will build belief. Like I said, my huge confidence and the way I am right now, Chris, isn't because of the players we have. It's because of Thomas Frank. And like I said, when let's just say I kind of did like a scouting report of him since we got Ange, since that game where Brentford beat us, where Harry Kane scored his last Premier League goal for us at Spurs. I have been monitoring Thomas Frank weekly. I just think he is incredible, and just think how some of the football he got Brentford playing after 3 years, and even the second year. Once he gets Spurs purring, I just can't wait. I can't wait. Do you know what? The last time I felt uber duper confident was that final season at the Lane. That final season at the Lane, every game that I went to was like, we're winning this game. We're winning. There's no two ways about it. Those days will be back. Should have got man of the match. Okay, I'm gonna watch match of the day too when we finish this in a few hours. So I'll check it out. But I saw him do a couple of bits in the first half, and he's going to be a very, very good buy for you. A very good buy. Yeah, mate, it's heartbreaking, isn't it? It really is. He seemed like a very, very nice guy. Obviously, since he left or retired from boxing, he was just coming back for a fight. He had some personal trauma. He had some battle with addiction and sobriety. And to hear that news this morning when I woke up, and it was breaking like a wildfire, same age, it's just so sad, isn't it? It's so sad. And the sad thing is, he probably this time yesterday or just a little bit earlier back home probably thought, I'm getting up for a Manchester derby. He probably went to bed thinking, yes, it's derby day. And they said they're going to go out and win it for him, and they did. But it is so sad. Big up, Bill, brother. Big up, Bill. I love boxing. I love boxing as sport. I loved Anthony Joshua. My favorite boxer of all time is Mike Tyson. As a boxer, I don't think you get better. Obviously, I didn't get to see Muhammad Ali. And I love the sport. And when there's a big fight on, I'll watch it. I don't study it or whatever, or one of these fanatics like we are football. But Ricky Hatton was always a joy to watch. Always. Oh, mate, how can we not be pumped up? It's going to be so good, isn't it? I mean, it's brand new for Thomas Frank, and seeing how Thomas Frank deals with it. It's just wonderful to hear that music again. The stadium is empty, or I'm sure the seats will go, but the pricing has been Category B, which was a bit stupid of them for this game. But it is what it is. But it's a great moment to be a Spurs fan, isn't it, mate? Do you know what? I sit there, Dave, and the stuff he does is just incredible. He reminds me very much, Davey. I can't remember if you're in England or not. I think you are. One of my favourite TV shows of all time is the BBC show Hustle, where they play the long con. He reminds me very, very much of Mickey Bricks with how confident he is and everything. If people haven't watched The Blacklist, go check out the trailer and watch it. You will not regret it. It is an outstanding TV show. Yes, mate, we're 100%. We've got 100% win rate with a Levy free Tottenham. A Levy free Tottenham 100% record, and I think that continues on Tuesday. Rich, big up, buddy. How are you? I am doing very well. I hope you are, buddy. I hope you are. Exactly. I mean, we've conceded one. I mean, let me just have a look. If we bring the Premier League up, let's get Sky Sports up. Let's have a look. Sports football. Okay, 1 second scores. Where's the tables? Standing. No, not F1. Football. Jesus Christ. Bloody F1. Tables. Premier League. See full table. Right, let's share. Let's have the first share screen of the night, shall we? Let's share the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Premier League table. Let me just zoom in a bit. Right, let's see that you can see this clearly. Yeah, you can see it clearly. Right. So, let's have a look. The only teams that have conceded 1 goal in 4 games, the Filth, us, and Palace. Who's got the biggest goal difference? +8, the Filth, plus. So we've got the joint best defence. We've scored so Liverpool has scored 9, the Filth has scored 9, Chelsea has scored 9. So at the moment, we have got the joint top best defence and the 4th best attack. In 4, obviously it's only 4 games, but I don't think if we went back, and I'm not going to do it because it will take ages, went back throughout Ange's time, I don't think there was a time we conceded 1 in 4 games. Certainly not with Conte. Maybe Mourinho, when we were top of the league for a bit. It's incredible. And you think about it, this is a defence that conceded 68 goals, wasn't it? 68 goals. And it's the same back line. It's the same back line, which just goes to show coaching has a major impact. You play Spence as much as Popple. He's one of the undroppables, but he's the best. But he's our best fullback in what? And what? Oh, mate, he is, Daniel. He is. But this is the thing. Do overplay. Got to remember. I think he undroppable. Yes, but is there in the bigger picture where he's like, right, I need to keep you fit. I need to keep you ready. I don't want to overdo it, because we saw when players were in the red zone and everything, the injuries picked up. He is a very, very fit young man, though, isn't he? He is very, very fit. So maybe there is, but Rosa, at the moment, I mean, he's definitely going to play Tuesday, isn't he? He's definitely playing Tuesday, and then we'll see what Frank does. Jonathan Fishman, big up to you. I really like the detail Thomas gives to them. The way Frank interacts with the players and staff on an individual. Mate, do you know what? Did you see the clip with him and Spence, where they're after the game, where they're walking on the pitch? I think they're walking either to the away fans or away from them, and Frank pays him a compliment. He's like, no. And then he taps him on the heart, says it again, and gives him, and then he just starts smiling. This man gets it. From the first flawless, in my opinion, interview that he gave as Spurs manager onwards, when he talks about his principles and the way to treat people and the no dickhead policy and everything, you just see this team wanting to play for him, wanting to run through brick walls for him. This is just the beginning, John. This is just the beginning. Thomas Frank was almost my dream coach. Honestly, believe do you know what, Dave? I am so happy we got him when we did, because honestly, I think if we hadn't have got him, and let's just say Andrew stayed or whatever, if Manchester United stuck Amarin, I think it was only a matter of time till a big club came and took him, and that'd be him off the table. He has been, to me, he is the signing of the summer. And I don't just mean for Tottenham, I mean the whole window. I don't think there's been a better piece of business than him and his coaching staff coming. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, mate, this is it. And again, I'll go back to it, John. This is why I don't think we signed a left winger. Because I think Frank has his number one, and he probably said to Spurs, this is it, how I'm seeing it. Don't waste money on player X, Y, Z. I want player A, and I want you to do whatever you can to get it done, and I'll do what I've got I'll deal with what I've got till January. And you just saw with Simmons on the left. I mean, he can play there, and he showed that he can play there comfortably. So I think he has to be better. If we can back him properly, and I don't always mean signing 100 million or 80 million, just bringing in the players that his coaching staff pick up or his scouting network say, right, I need this guy. Not the cheaper option, not the younger version, that guy specifically. If we can get him, we are going to be in dreamland. Mate, Rich, honestly, you wanted it. Iriola was one I could completely understand. He is doing a fantastic job, but do you know what I love, Rich, and what he's doing at Bournemouth is they lost the heartbeat of their defence. They had 3 of their top defenders, or their top 4 defenders, ripped out, absolutely ripped out, and they just bring in players that Iriola and his scouting network have found and do the job. And for the what I love about Bournemouth as well, not just Iriola, is the money that they give to their own managers with a stadium of that small. He's just doing a wonderful job, isn't he? But Thomas Frank is the gold or the platinum. I think what he can deliver at Spurs and build on. But these two would have been my top 2 pick. But it was like Frank here, Iriola all the way down here. But that's just because I have Frank that high. 5th for me. Well, if we got 5th this season, which is what obviously Jan's got in his first season, from 17th to 5th. And I'm waiting for the Ange Postecoglou fans to go, well, Thomas Frank's not had any injuries. It's not fair. I'll be like, well, yeah, he hasn't had any injuries because he's looked after the squad. The excuses that will come out, he has been, it will be a huge improvement. It would be an absolutely incredible achievement to do that. I see you talking to Dave. Hello, Scott, sir. How are you, buddy? I hope you're good and well. No one talks about Sarr from the halfway line against Woolwich, against Raya. You remember the song Naeem? Yeah, that's a good point, Paul. That's a good point. That Naeem from the halfway line, that Sarr goal was terrific. But you know what? And I keep saying it. Sarr, I think, is the most improved player at the club. Sarr is the perfect example to see and gauge what Thomas Frank can do with a player or with the team. Because don't get me wrong, when Ange had that 10-game run and he started on his skip, but then he swapped skip for Sarr, so it was Sarr, Basuma, Maddison. That 3 were brilliant, and Sarr was magnificent. But then again, we overplayed, and he was still young then. He was 21 or whatever it was, still getting to grips with the Premier League. But he is going from last season, he did not have a good season near the end. And he was, I thought he may be one that, I thought that Frank may improve, but he may be one that may be surplus to requirements. But look what he has done with him in such a short space of time. Sarr has been magnificent for us. Exactly, Rich, this is the thing, how good the subs have all made sense. The only time was against Bournemouth where he came out openly and said, you know what, Spurs fans, I got this wrong. I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. Where he didn't make changes soon enough or adapt the system. But he's making substitutions. And if I had said, I mean, what we got to remember as well, Rich, is look how strong that bench was yesterday compared to games this season or previous seasons. The bench is looking strong and that have changed. When you have Kolo Muani and Benton Core on, and he's like, no, I'm going to save you till Tuesday. We're 3-0 up. Just save yourself. Unbelievable. And this is what we were all saying. It's a key part of what he's playing 4 competitions. Obviously, it's only 3 till the FA Cup kicks in January. And it's all new to him. He's got to keep players fit, players hungry, and is rotating and using the squad. Whatever lineup he plays, I will have faith. Absolute faith, because then he can make those changes. Yeah, they are in dire straits. Like that, do you know what? We all knew that when Ferguson left, they would drop off. But if I don't think if we're hand on our heart could think that they would be this bad over the last few years, like woeful. They used to be the beacon, didn't they, with the best players, everything. They are a shadow of them former self. I mean, I remember when they first won the Premier League, like the first Premier League, it was like since the 60s they haven't won it or something, whatever it was. Then they went on and on and on. It was like that club used to be huge back then. Then they had like a 30-year lull. Then they had like a 15, 20-year. It's insane to see Manchester. They made a dumpster fire is actually an upgrade, in my honest opinion. Let's have a look. We are winning, and Thomas Frank is still talking to the coaches and looking up, mate. This is one of the, I absolutely love this. I don't think Ange's team had it. I don't think Conte's team had it. I don't think they are literally watching every single microscopic thing on the tablets, aren't they? They are literally, and Joe, what I do love when they score goals, they are all celebrating as the coaching staff. And Thomas Frank is going straight over to them, talking, saying, well done, blah, 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 and then giving them further instruction. They are doing things to the letter. And I saw that a wonderful picture that Simeon brought up. When Passar scored his goal, 3 of the players are pointing over to the set-piece coach to say, yeah, it's working. They're buying into it. They have completely bought into this. I think most of us would have been thinking our top 3 midfield. I think most would have been thinking our top mid 3 would have been Paulinho, Bentancur, and Simmons. But this is the thing, Chris. This is the thing. We when we look at this, what Thomas Frank will do when we need to be ultra defensive or have hold of the ball, I think Bentancur, Paulinho, Simmons is probably the most. You got 2. Bentancur obviously can play the 8 and could be great in that role. Paulinho, there's no one like him, and Simmons will do. How good is it to say that we don't know what our best midfield 3 are, and they are churning out performances of a high standard? What a wonderful thing to do, especially because last season our midfield were clueless, weren't they? It was like in some games, I remember the Aston Villa FA Cup where they scored in the first minute, and other games they just walked through. And then you're straight on the 2 centre-backs because the 2 full-backs were right up top. The difference, the organisation and everything is on another level. It really, really is. It's just so exciting. And we've just got over 100 people viewing, so I hope you are all good and well. Mate, I forgot one voice. I knew he was playing there. I was meant to say, is he still there? It's going to be a good game. Dude, formerly of the Filth, and he has the same first name as our manager. Is going to be lining up for. Oh yeah. Yup. You're the alleged 30-year-old Premier League player. Is it me or do the Tottenham reckon? Look, you know what? First of all, thank God Vivian was there. Do you know what? When they zoomed in, I was like, first of all, I was looking for Levy. I was like, oh shit, he's not there. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. So I mean, I know I can contain my emotion. I'm sure none of us could if we were sitting up there. But it's just good to see Vivian there because I really think she is committed to making Spurs and putting the money where the mouth is for ENIC. She's a vital part of it, and it's great to see her there. That could have been an empty seat. It was good to see her there. It really was. This is why I've been taking a break from footballing streams. The nature of the beast is to overanalyze. Look, do you know what? It's got to the point as well where we were talking about today on We Are Tottenham TV, where I've seen people having a go at Paulinho. Saying, oh, well, he needs to pass back. It's like, what? The whole time we have been crying out for number 6 under Ange because we need someone to help the defenders, be that extra line of defence, win the ball back. You won't find better than Paulinho. He has been incredible. Keeping him fit and playing 90 minutes all the time, who knows? I mean, he's only 30. He should have it in him, but he's incredible. You won't find over-analysing here, Kudus, as you know. You know it won't be here. I mean, I don't know what people want. When we're winning, or we're not winning well or playing well, So what? You'd rather play well and lose? It's madness. It's just so Nugget. First of all, what a beautiful cat! What a beautiful cat! It's so damn refreshing to be organised and not leaking goals. It's honestly impressive that in this short time, he has managed to change so damn. Mate, exactly, Nugget. This is the thing. How you can go from who did we play? We played Leicester. We drew 1-1. We played Everton. I think it was 4-0. Then we lost again. It's just, I'm not worried when we're defending. I'm not in the slightest bit worried when we give a corner away or a free kick. I'm not worried. And it is exciting, isn't it? It is exciting to be watching Spurs again. Sarr and Bergvall firing up, mate. They are. I mean, I think Bergvall is a very, very, very special player. I think he is going to be, like, when he gets into his early 20s, that guy is going to be a bloody. He's going to be like first teamer, first name on the team. He is so special, and that header was magnificent. Do you think the players would have felt encouraged by Levy leaving? I know Romero called it. Mate, they have to have been. They have to have been. And do you know what, Rich? I actually think Romero may have known it at time of signing and being told things will be different. I think they would have seen that we've needed to invest in this team and make this team better and bring in first teamers that walk in. And that's what we did this window. It's what we did. There was definitely all the change at the board level, Rich. Frank being allowed to bring in as many coaches as he did, it's all refreshing and different to what Tottenham have done in the past. I mean, look at the uplift it's given fans. It's got to have had such a massive impact on the players. Would you get no? I don't. But the only reason I say that, Chris, is it's not his second chance. I think it's his third or fourth or fifth. I think Archie Gray, who couldn't even make the squad yesterday, I think there is a player there. I honestly, and playing with Paul or training with Paulinho, I think he's going to do wonders for him. I also think last season with him playing in defence is going to be vital for his development and learning the positioning and what to be doing as a six. I thought when we were talking about it during the window, Chris, I said maybe a loan to somewhere like Bournemouth would be the making of him. I would rather have Gray as backup than Biss, because Biss will be going at the end of the season regardless, because we're not giving him another contract. So I don't see the point in playing him. I'd rather develop a player and see what he's got rather than play a player who Frank doesn't seem interested in, who has let Frank down, who has let his teammates down, who has let the fans down. I think he's that's my opinion, Chris. You're completely if you're the other way around, fair play to you. We have not seen, apart from those 10 games and a few games in Europe last season, Basuma hasn't been the same player. Big up, managed beats, brother. I hope you're good and well. Yeah, the header was incredible, Dave. Off to bed, Daniel. Have a good evening, brother. And as you have a good evening, I saw the name at the bottom of the screen, Colin. I was like, I bet he says something. There you go. Good morning to you, buddy. I hope you're good and well. Bryce, what up, buddy? Oh, don't. We lost. We lost to the San Francisco 49ers. At one point, we were close, and then we weren't. Let's put it that way. We are just so bad offensively. So bad. Put it this way, if it weren't for Alvin Kamara, we are a one-man team at the moment. Offensively, it's him or we're shit. Great weekend. Game goes as planned. Sun scores. Oh, Chelsea. It's it was an incredible weekend. It really was. The Backstreet Boys is what I call Wolfie's mob. Okay, I've got you. The Backstreet Boys. Gotcha. Yeah, that must be top scorers. It's happened, mate. It's so good to win them. Scott M is here. Oh, is he here? Oh, he is. he is. Here he is. About Sarah on the Saras. No. Oh, okay. Here we go. Business. If people used to watch wrestling, there was a commentator called JR. And when a big guy used to come back or enter the ring to help someone out, they used to go, business is about to pick up. Business is about to pick up. Scott's here. Me and Scott were having a discussion yesterday. I'll see if he puts anything in here. Let's have a look. Sart, mate, he's playing bloody well. Here he is. Scott, much love to you, brother. Much love to you. Scott, what I will say, I wouldn't say obviously it's too early to pick player of the season or anything like that. But as I said before, and you've heard me say this before, without a doubt, he is the most improved player at the football club at the moment. Improved from last season. For US vote, okay. Easiest way, John, do you have a VPN player? If you have a VPN, set it obviously to London or Manchester, whatever. Just if you can get BBC iPlayer, the app, download it and then just set it and it'll be fine. If not, wait a minute, 1 second. What I used to do before that for non-VPN people, let me just share my screen. And then what I'll do is see if I can put the links in. Let me just go here. Right, let me just share this. So, let's go to Google. Let me just make sure you can see it. Okay, let me just zoom in. Okay. Oh, no, not on this. Idiot. There we go. Right, let me go back onto Google. Let's see. Is that clear enough now? Yeah. So, if you just put... I'll tell you the ones that I've watched before. Match of the day online. I have watched it on Football Origin before, so you just go there and obviously pick your day. Sometimes it buffers a bit, but normally it's perfect. Let me put the link in there. I do love watching Match of the Day. So you got that one that I can tell you definitely works. And which was the other one I used to watch? I know from the... I haven't checked this one, but this one, I'm not going to play it because we'll obviously get copyrighted. But I would do the one that I just did, the Football Origin one. Where is it as well? There was another one I watched. Was it this one? It may have been this one. But yeah, check Football Origins, the one that I've put in the group, or I've put it in. That should work fine for you, John. But if you do have a VPN player, set it to BBC and then go to BBC. I may ask if you have an account. Yeah, check this one because it may ask. Obviously, I use my parents' address. But yeah, check that one that I've just put in the chat, John, and it should play for you, no problem. Yeah. Hatton was in the ring. He was on his day. He was brilliant. Here we go. Oh, Scott's going to be. Yeah, that is the easiest one. But again, if you're going to need a VPN player when you're in the States, brother, and then you need to have an account. And I think it does ask for your postcode or whatever it may be. If you know someone in England, just say, "Can I use it?" But there's ways around it. But definitely check the link that I've just put in there. What Scott said to Jacob, still waiting for one decent pass. Oh my God, Scott. He got an assist for Brennan Johnson against Burnley. He's scoring goals. He was involved in both goals against Manchester City. It's not Spurs standards are pathetically low, mate. He is playing out of his skin at the moment. He really is. Hatton in his prime, I love watching, yeah. Can tell you, wasn't known for it, but that's true. Well, I would say Scott's got zero ball knowledge, Jacob. I will stick up for Scott where I feel, where obviously he's not here and can't speak, but he has got ball knowledge. He's very, very critical, and he sets incredibly, incredibly, incredibly high standards. I do think, however, he's going over the top with thinking how poor Sarr's been, but he's definitely got ball knowledge. Love Ricky. Yeah, Ricky, God bless him. Frank definitely is without a doubt a top coach, and the players, they seem very, very happy. Very, very happy. Thanks, Stevie. Yeah. Check. Actually, John, I'm going to go down to the bottom. John, very, very quickly check that link and see if it plays. Have a quick check on the link, John, and let me know if it works. Just go onto it, very quickly play it, and see. Well, I've gone down to the bottom. I'm just going to wait to see if it loads up for you. It should work fine. I'm going to wait to see if you put a comment in. Or even if you say you're going to try again later, you can tell me tomorrow. Whilst I am at the bottom, I will say hello to people that I've seen that haven't come in or I haven't seen yet. I will say big up to Ali Smithson, Spurs Patriots, who's always here. Big up to you, buddy. But yeah, so that should work. I've just seen Swifties in the chat as well. But yeah, John, try that link. That link should work absolutely fine for you. And I've written, my God, I've seen Mr. 57 screens that we're going to come to. Beyond 72. I'm kind of with you, Scott. Although I'm happy with the win, I'm not expressed for the first half, and it's hard to judge. Look, what I will say, beyond 72, is the first half, you got to remember this is a London derby. Yes, West Ham are shit at the moment. They are shit. But it's a London derby, coming back off of an international break with a clean bill of health. Going away to West Ham, where we struggled recently. And West Ham may have had a couple of opportunities, but nothing much. But West Ham were trying not to concede. I think even if they had 11 men on the pitch, we would have gone and at least scored another one. And all that matters is we're winning. Clean sheet. Defensively sound. Set pieces being a thing of strength. I think it wasn't the prettiest of spectacle, but I'm loving the tactical kind of battle between managers. I honestly think I'm delighted with the win yesterday. Delighted. Do I want to see more free-flowing football and more intricate passes and one-touch passing? Of course I do. But I'm not going to. I think it was a great performance yesterday. We have to protect Spence. Exactly. I'm exactly where you are, Davey. You say coaching, Brian, but on paper, our defence is one of the best in the Premier League, especially with our rotation position. Feel like Frank, mate. It's not even going back to. It's a lot more than going back to basics, mate. If you look pre-season and saw the amount of work that the coaching staff are putting in, and you can say on paper, it's all well and good saying on paper. It's all well and good saying on paper. You can say on paper, Manchester United with Cunha, Sesko, and Buemo, that they've got an incredible front line. They can't do shit. There's a lot more going on than just going back to basics. I had to go back to basics, but he's also got a Paulinho in front of him, which we've needed for ages. It's a lot more than going back to basics. Big up Malware, brother. Big up to you, Geezer. I hope you're good and well. Let's see. I don't get too upset over a league defeat if we play. This is Beyonce. I'm exactly where you are. If we go off I was upset with Bournemouth because we played shockingly. But if we go to a game and we give everything we've got and a great account of yourself and you lose, then you can say, do you know what? Better team won. We get, rather than saying, do you know what? We could have done so much more. If Spurs have gone out and left everything that they could on the pitch and run off exhausted and shattered because they gave absolutely 110%. It happens. It happens. Defeats last season were just embarrassing. But yeah, I'm completely with you on that one. This is the thing. This is where we just have to be careful. Brian, the most exciting thing is that Bergvall and Xavi's Spurs season have only just begun and they're potential completely. Mate, Sean, you've just nailed it. Mate, you have absolutely nailed it. Bergvall started against Burnley, didn't he? And then he's been on the bench. He got his opportunity and boy, did he take it. He was fantastic yesterday. Absolutely fantastic. Love Porrell, but he have struggled 3 games now. In the City game, Kudus was forced to play as a second right. Now, do you know what? I think a lot of teams will do that against Doku, even if Spence was there. Even if Spence was there, Doku showed today is pure class, and that's what he delivers. And in that game, Kudus was brilliant. He didn't do it really a lot yesterday. And Porro, offensive, sorry, I'm talking American football, attacking wise was good. Going forward, some great crosses, passing, defensively. And you got to remember, he played 180 minutes for Spain. This is why the rotation. There will be games where Porro is better suited to right back to Spence, and there are some games where Spence will be better suited and Destiny on the left. And I think yesterday was one of those games. But we got a 3-0 win. And that's with him in the squad. But I do understand where you're coming from. Can you drop him? I'm not sure. But form-wise, can you drop... Oh, you're talking about Porro. Yeah, this is the thing. This is the thing. I plan on watching the match at the end of... Oh, what, you mean Tuesday? Tuesday, yeah, I'll be back at the Scotland Yard. I will be back at the Scotland Yard. Bournemouth was a great learning. Davey, you look at it exactly how I do. Exactly what I do. I think he learned as well the Paris Saint-Germain game with the substitutions. I think he learned from the Bayern Munich game, whereas mix and matching teams, from every defeat, he takes something and he learns, and then he goes to work to fix that issue. He will start. He'll start against Doncaster for sure, whether that be on the left, the right, up top. I think if he can get a couple of games under his belt and get some confidence, or playing off a striker, you never know. Playing off a tall guy like Mawani, he may be able to do very, very well. I think he's got a lot of improving to do, Tell, but I'm not going to be one of those that jump on his back. Not saying that there's like people having the feeling they feel about him is wrong. I just think when we got a manager that developed players, let's see what he can do. But if we'd send him out on loan in January, because I don't think we'd sell him in his first season, I'd have no problem with it. Wayne, Mr. 57 screens. Frank is a breath of fresh air, especially after last season. So they were superb. Did you say, Wayne? Did you say that about Simmons and Modric for the movement and the passing on We Are Tottenham TV? Because I saw that and I was like, do you know what? I think I've seen 3 people say that. Obviously, that is a bold. That is a very good bit. That is a very nice comparison to have, isn't it? There you go. Davey's agreeing with you. Mashina Joe, good evening or good morning to you. Actually, is it good morning or good afternoon where you are? It's definitely not good evening where it is for me. Hope you are good and well, buddy. Do we see a shot? Villa, mate, I cannot believe Aston Villa. Apparently, they're in the top European 7 leagues. They are the only team not to score a goal. How can you go 4 games without a goal? And Aston, I mean, yesterday against Everton, thank God thank God they had Martinez, because it would have been an Everton easy victory. I can't believe they have not scored a goal in 4 games. It's incredible. Where's Gray? Couldn't make the bench. Couldn't make the bench. That's how strong the bench has become. This is the strength in depth, or the midfield at least, Swifty, that we're getting. I think we know Bentancur, Paulinho and Simmons is our best midfield, and Bentancur needs to be upgraded. Joe, well, I keep hearing Bentancur. We're every 2 or 3 months we're just about to sign him on a new contract, and then it goes quiet again. I don't know if something's going on there. I would say hands down right now that would be the perfect or the mainstay. Like, let's just say we're playing Arsenal, the filth on Saturday. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind whatsoever that that's the 3 he goes with. But it is a bloody refreshing problem to have. It's a refreshing problem to have. Big up, Aaron. Mate, you're at work. Logged at work, got the flu and still came in, mate. I'll be calling you this week, and we'll sort out meeting when I'm back in London, Aaron. I hope you are good and well, geezer. I hope you're good and well. Davey, who didn't get to the yard yesterday because the trains were cancelled, I will see you Tuesday. I've literally got one of my mates from London flying here. What time is it back home now? 3:10. I think he is... Oh, actually, I need to remind him not to chuck that piece of paper. 1 second. 1 second. Don't forget to keep that piece of paper from the machines. You arrive. Right, back with you. I've got one of my mates flying in tomorrow, and he'll be at the yard with us, so you'll meet him on Tuesday, buddy. Daniel, Brian went from the elite goalkeepers like Schmeichel and Van der Sar to keepers like, yeah, exactly, mate. It's a fall from grace. And do you see, Anana got an 8.7 in his debut for Turkey. What's the team he went to? Strasbourg. Apparently played incredibly well. They exactly, just everything with United. Everything with United is absolutely atrocious at the moment. Absolutely atrocious. Oh my good God, mate. Godsend is the right word. Or the right words, should I say. He has been, we needed this guy. Do you know what makes me laugh as well? Sorry, let me just take a swig of water. If Hans Postecoglou had just adapted and had someone like him or him and said, right, to play my football, we need him, he might still be in a job. He might. I mean, I'm delighted that we've got him now, and obviously with Frank, but we so needed this player right here, right now. 1 second. Problem now is no criticism, mate. There's not clapping in line. Listen, Scott, you know I'll always let you say what you say on here. I will disagree with a fair bit of it, as you know. I do think some of the things you say are way too far, but that's in my opinion, not yours. You have a very, not to say I don't have a high standard. You can be honest, but I think some of the things right now that are being said, in general, not with you included as well, some of it is just sometimes there should be a lot of praise at Spurs right now for what we're doing. And the players are doing a bloody good job. So that's where I am. Without Polina, we're fucked. There's no one quite like him, is there, at the club? Well, there's no one really quite like him in general. There's no one quite like him in general. Credit to West Ham for, mate, they play some nice football at some point. They just, when they got, apart from the Paqueta shot that he dragged, this is the thing. Yes, they played around us sometimes, but when they got close to the goal, we locked it down. Or they were wasteful, or we were too good for them defensively to get past us. But they did look good for 25 minutes. Oh, mate, the pass from Romero is outstanding. But that kind of header, to scan and see the goalkeeper off his line, and he's got to generate all the power and direction from that because it's just a floated ball. It's a stupendous header. It really, really is. Daniel, Scott, I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying you can't. What you're criticising the team in general because it's been a decent start. Obviously, the Bournemouth game was horrendous, but that sort of days happen. Yeah, exactly. Paqueta was nullified by Bert. Mate, did you see that when Bergvall did that sliding tackle and then just pirouetted around two players and got rid of the ball? He was man of the match for me by far, Colin. He was stupendous. Do you know what? They are big boots to fill a Lampard/Dele, but at 19 he is looking great. He is looking great. All I hear is how good Gray is. Like Swifty, I'm not one of those that are saying how good he is. I think he will become a very good player. I think he will. I think we've put a lot of the club have put a lot of pressure on him with the fee we paid, bringing him in. Obviously, he played as many games as he did last season as a defender because of all the injuries. I believe he will come good. I'm not saying it'll happen this year, but I reckon Spurs, he will, in 2-3 years, and I don't mean, oh yeah, we always hear 2-3 years, learning off Paulinho all season will only be a benefit to him. I think he's another player that you'll see against Doncaster. And these players will show what they're made of in that cup. And I think Archie Gray, Tell, will have their opportunity to show what they're about, and they're going to have to take it. Striker, left wing, creativity have been massive issues in every game. That is reality and undeniable. Striker, well, not against Burnley, obviously. Man City, Richarlison was heavily involved in both goals, but yes, I get where you're coming from. Bournemouth, the whole team was. And yesterday it was Matisse Tell, so I'll definitely go with you when it comes to striker. Left wing, obviously, Simmons, if it's Simons, if he carries on playing there for the time being, once he's been with the team longer, he will be a lot better in that left wing position. And also, as we discussed on We Are Tottenham TV, I think he needs Destiny alongside him for the left foot, for the overlapping and everything, which I'd like to see that partnership. And Simmons will be that creativity. So I think we've got enough to get us through to January. And then January, a left winger is going to come in, and I think it will be Savinho. And I'm not going to budge from that personally. Too many players to choose from can be a curse. Just like, well, thank God we're not there at the moment, mate. They were brilliant together, weren't they? They were. Yeah, I love Scott. I keep saying it. My love for Scott M is undeniable. I loved. We speak a lot on WhatsApp. We disagree quite a bit, but I know where he's coming from. Something we haven't done since 1921. And just read some. Let's have a look. That's not a Brighton. No, Hollister, mate. Oh, wait a minute. I hate where it is. Hollister, yeah, but it is a seagull. It is a seagull. So technically, yes, but technically no at the same point. I have a feeling we're going to be hanging around the top four. Mate, I pray to God. Like I said, I said 6th at the end of the window. And if we make 6th, I'll be delighted. Obviously, I want higher, but 6th will be in a massive turnaround from last season. If we carry on like this and we can keep players fit and fresh, I don't see why not. Oh, you put that twice. Sorry, you put that twice. Okay. Big up to Ali, like we said. Great season. Great. Really is, Ali. Really, really is. Ethan, is that the link I shared or the BBC iPlayer? Scott has been, he has been a Spurs fan for years and years. Rodders, they have 2 really winnable league games coming up for us. If they don't pick up maximum points in them, then mate, we're watching Ange. Isn't it amazing that they lost 3-0 and we won 3-0? Obviously, they had Arsenal, we had West Ham. Perfect. Like I said, sometimes it will buffer or whatever. Just keep refreshing. It should play no problem. I think they've worked on it, but it always comes up. When did I used to watch it? So obviously Match of the Day used to come on about 5:30 Toronto time, which is, are we the same time as you in Chicago? Or are you an hour or 2 behind? So it used to be on when I used to go to bed, let's say about 10:30. I think gone midnight. So gone midnight UK time, it normally popped up. So always wait till gone midnight UK time and you'll have it there, buddy. Good that you got it working. Thomas, Frank. Thomas, Frank. Well played, Liran. I hadn't said that for a while. Mate, they were so lucky. I caught the tail end of it. Obviously, they were the better team or whatever. But just to get a penalty right at the death. Lucky bastards. Lucky bastards. That goal, mate. Do you know what, Daniel? I don't know if you're like me or the people in the chat are. It's got to the point now with VAR. I just want semi-automated offside goal line technology. I'd rather the mistakes be made by the ref and everyone, rather than these people at Stockley Park over-analysing every little thing. I am so done with it. I am so done with it in the Premier League. If it could just be semi-automated offsides and goal line technology, and then give the referee the power, I would be delighted. For the lads outside wanting exactly. You can generate UK drive. There you go. There you go. There you go. See, there's a hint for you. I didn't know you could generate UK addresses. Played, managed, beats, brother. Played. Do you know what? Yesterday, again, with some of his passing and playing out the back, I was like, oh, please just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. But like I said, we have conceded one goal. His shot stopper, Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, he was magnificent. He was out. His shot stopping was there for all to see. He is a phenomenal shot stopper. If he could just work at his distribution and concentrate, even set pieces, he looks more comfortable. Even set pieces, I think, put it this way. Do you know what? Let me share something that my very good friend, Seattle Hotspur John, sent me. He just sent me a thing. Where is it? So he did a gaffer checklist. And I'm just going to scroll to, I'm going to start where we are. Tell me, I'm going to scroll to the bottom. Don't put anything in just yet. And just put a yes or no if you agree with John. Let me just go to my WhatsApp. Right, let me just go. Let's just, whoops. So he did a manager checklist with Ange and Frank. Obviously, it's not aligned here, but improves players. Ange, no. Frank, yes. In-game management. Ange, no. Frank, yes. Prioritize set pieces. Ange, no. Frank, yes. Tactical flexibility. Ange, no. Frank, yes. Defensively sound. Ange, no. Frank, yes. Horses for courses. Ange, no. Frank, yes. Makes eye contact. No, yes. Board backed. No, yes. You could say this summer. Peer respected. And maybe. Frank, yes. Pundit respected. And no. Frank, yes. Stubborn. And yes, Frank, no. I think that is pretty much a spot on when you're comparing insurances and everything. I don't think you can. It shows the difference between what he is doing. Again, this people say, "Oh, hold up! It's only been 4 games," and maybe, yeah, whatever. That may be the case. But then you look at it and say, "Well, wait a minute. This guy has done this. He's only been at the club since July. We're at mid-September, and the drastic changes, just like in a way." When Ange came, he needed to make us more attacking and playing better football to the dross that we'd had before, as in the quality of it. And he fixed it, or he did that for sure. And then it got found out. What Frank has been able to do in 2 months is incredible. Brain clubs don't play well. Clubs don't always play well both halves of football. This is true. If it weren't for the horrible refs, we would have scored exactly. Because the goal they disallowed, I think it was a more obvious foul for a penalty than it was foul to give out the goal. You're absolutely right, Ty. You're absolutely right. Loving Bergvall in the 10 and Xavi left wing and Colo 9. You know what, Liran? Big up to you as well, brother. Bergvall and Sarr played as 2 8s. Bergvall was the more progressive one or more forward one. But this is the thing. You've just given another option that that he could. The options are there. Actually, you're right about the. Thank you, brother. This is the thing. It's been so much work. Xavi is. Do you know what he can play? Giddy ups. He can. Big up to you, by the way. He can play on the left. He's more suited to the centre and does his best work from the centre. But he's just shown if Frank needs him there till we get the left winger or until he has a different option or starts Odebed, Johnson, whoever may be, we've got a player that can play that position. I think he will become the number 10 without a doubt. Imagine next season once we have this, mate. When Vuskovic comes back, it will just show the defending. Mate, if he carries on progressing the way he is, then for sure. City didn't get out of third gear, played counter-attack. Man, you are terrible. Yeah, they are in a bad place. Mate, we were saying earlier, Liram, before you came, we didn't even do this under Conte, maybe even Jose, with our defence of going 4 games with only 1 goal conceded. Just for the record, on We Are Tottenham TV, you guys had Sarr at the starting lineup. I challenged that, and he paid. Oh, mate, listen, it did, but the reason I left Sarr out is because I thought it was going to be vital for him on Tuesday. Thought it'd be vital for him. Like I said, it's just a predicted lineup, and it's getting into the head of Frank. And obviously, Frank is a lot wiser than me and Sim put together when it comes to picking the team. I didn't drop Sarr or rest Sarr. I wanted him fit and raring to go Tuesday. And it just went to show without even having to bring Bentancur on. Maybe Sarr has a rest on Tuesday. Maybe he doesn't. Fantastic. You got that one bang on, buddy. You got that one bang on. Just my recommendation for Man U fans is trust Amarin. Yeah, let's hope that they all do. There is Mark Swifty doing the normal. Please hit the like and sub, guys. It'd be great if we can get some more subs. It would be fantastic. It really would. And then you can become a channel member by hitting join, as many of you guys have done. You have to, exactly. You have to, mate. That guy is such a nuisance. On his day, he is incredible. And I loved the way he got the assist for the first goal today. He ran just past a couple of players. Perfect ball. Obviously, the first cross, was came straight back to him, but it was a great cross to pick out Foden. It was actually a brilliant header by Foden. Brilliant header. Frank giving our players confidence. See Spence finally having a manager. Well, I will. Do you know what? Ange backed him. I will give credit for that, but I will say also, Ange had to play him because of all the injuries we had. But he came on leaps and bounds under Ange for the first part. Like for 2-3 months, he was brilliant. Near the end, he tired or whatever it was. But Frank has definitely put a lot of faith in him. 100%. Is that we as Spurs fans can say we won a trophy more? It's brilliant. Mate, we can say it about a lot of teams. Thomas Frank said himself he's still learning, but exactly, Mr. Joshua, it's going to take time. It is going to take time. But if this is what he's doing without the time, just think what we're going to be through when he has got it. I agree. Hopefully we see him Tuesday. Yeah, oh, mate, Mashing the Joe, you really were. And do you know what? You are actually playing. Fair play to David Moyes and fair play to Everton. You have looked very good. I'm actually very much looking forward to going to your new stadium whilst I'm in London. I'm going to be going with Ben from We Are Tottenham TV. I've been to Goodison Park 2 or 3 times. Really looking forward to seeing the new stadium. Really looking forward to it. I have double Villa on my FP. Okay. That's not good. I've said it on a few channels. Couldn't help but be impressed with him and how moderate like he was. Yeah. Mate, never apologise that you're late. Which teams played this evening? Let's have a look. NFL scores. Let's have a look. NFL scores. What's going on right now? So you got the Falcons, the Vikings. Is that the only game on now? Yeah. Never apologise for being late, buddy. Never apologise for being late. Just happy that you're here, geezer. Hope you're good and well. Can Scott come on the show? Jack, big up, brother. I hope you're feeling better. Man U is the problem. Players leave and Man U, listen, I hope he stays in the job for a long, long time. Do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me. Mikey Moore needs to return to Spurs. Mate, what is going on? You haven't won a game. Did you win yesterday, Dave? Did Rangers win yesterday? Let's have a look. Did Rangers win yesterday? I don't think you did, if I remember correctly. I heard that you haven't. Rangers score yesterday. They're not the New York Rangers. Here we go. Where is it? September fixtures. September results. You lost to Hearts. Was that the right date? You lost to Hearts. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Rangers are in a bad time. It's a bad time. Manchester United fall from grace. Isn't a coincidence. They thrived in a landscape where they had the monopoly. True. I mean, Ferguson was the massive thing behind it. And then they literally have just gone on a shit show since then. If we have all 3 nines healthy at one time, first of all, Ethan, if that's to happen, I think we'd all win the lottery that week, because having Solanke, Richarlison fit at the same time, I believe is going to be a miracle. Who would you start at left wing and who's in the 9? Assuming Mwani, I think, has to be first choice number 9. Has to be. Didn't realise. I think Dominic Solanke's back. Where I think, was it today? Yesterday? He's just turned 29. He's just turned 29, and he's injured all the bloody time now. I really wanted him to do well, and I still think, with all the creativity around him, he could do well. But we can't guarantee their fitness. We simply can't do it. Of course, Scott M will come on. Scott M can come on one day this week for sure. Scott, if you're free Tuesday, maybe I'll get you on Tuesday with Nate. We're 3 Canadians. If you want to come on Tuesday, Scott, WhatsApp me. You can come on Tuesday after the Champions League game. If I was Ben Davies, I would have moved to a club or go somewhere I can play football games rather than sitting on the bench. Do you know what, Giddy Abs? He does a lot. If with what I've read and seen, he's doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes and with the youth academy and everything. So I think he's doing a lot of good stuff off the pitch, and we can't use him on the pitch so much, obviously. So I think, Joe, what, if you're sitting there doing 80 grand a week for training every day and then doing stuff behind the scenes and uniting the club, or not the club, the players, and being there, and mate, he's got a tasty little gig. Oh, it was a pathetic move. I watched a bit of West Ham TV today after I'd done We Are Tottenham TV, or it's called West Ham TV, not We Are West Ham TV. And they're all going nuts. They didn't play Callum. What's his name? Wilson. I like Wilson. It's like you got a striker there, and apparently they're praising him against Nottingham Forest about his movement and everything, and then didn't play him. It was a pathetic move. It was stupid. In case of how good Gray will be, he was thrown in the deep end last season. Exactly. Wayne, completely agree with you, my brother, without a shadow of a doubt. He only cost 8 mil. He's better than Verts and Gill. You're desperately getting some sort of songs out, aren't you, Kudus? Left wing's Xavi, Sebergval 10, Colo 9. Obviously, Kudus right wing. I think Kudus played well yesterday. I really do. Shame he couldn't get a goal. Shame he could not get a goal. Big up, Brian. How many changes? I think there might be a few. I think Mwani definitely starts. I think Bentancur comes back in. Maybe see Destiny. I think this could be Destiny's first start. That's 3. I'd like to see, like Scott M's just said in the next comment, Simmons as a 10. I'd love to see Simmons as a 10, but then who do you play on the left? Whether it be Odebear, whether it be Johnson. So maybe about 4. What do people think? How many changes are people thinking? How many changes? Let's go down to the bottom. Mate, it was brilliant. It was just a shame it was against that lot. It's just a shame. Okay, yeah, you confirm it was the link. Good. Enjoy, people. Enjoy. Exactly. We did, Jazzy. We did. How are you, buddy? That's a good point, actually. It was a fluky deflection. I mean, let's face it. Joe, this is the other thing. I got a comment on We Are Tottenham TV after my thing that someone said, what was it? What was it? It said, let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it. I'm going to show you. I had to respond to it. We Tottenham TV. Let me find. Where's my video that I did? Videos. Where am I? Right. Let me just find this comment. I had someone say, where is it? Here you go. 3 clean sheets. LOL. If Bournemouth had scored what they had deserved, Spurs would have had a negative goal difference. So he said 3 clean sheets. LOL. If Bournemouth had scored what they deserved, we'd have a negative goal difference, to which I said, still wouldn't change the fact that we still have 3 out of 4 clean sheets, does it? And Bournemouth didn't take their chances. Though, and instead of you saying we would have a negative goal difference, I will stick to the fact that we have a +7 goal difference, which is factual. These fans just want to bitch and moan and joke about anything. It's just ridiculous. Oh, mate, it's honestly, like I said, semi-automated offsides and goal line technology. You can't argue with either of them. Done. I can't stand it. That ref on Saturday was dog shit. Only thing he got right. Yeah. But you know what? I'm one of those that don't like going for the referees. I really try not to. But Bournemouth wouldn't have mattered how poor we were. Sorry, the ref's performance that was shit wouldn't have made a difference because of how poor we were. But yesterday for the penalty and the goal that was disallowed was just insane. Shake my head. So much controversy over VR. This season seems like the worst decision. Yeah, it really it's getting worse, isn't it? But do you know what? It only seems to be really in this country. Like whenever we go to the Euros or the World Cup, it's used perfectly and seamlessly, and decisions don't take an eternity. In other leagues, same thing. But I can't stand it. This is Ethan. It really should have. It really should have. It really, really should have. I was forced to defend the keeper with the best save percentage in the world right now. Well, there you go. There you go. I agree, Brian. Goal line and the offside technology is good. No VAR. It would make so much. It's just taking the joy away from the game, isn't it? You score a goal and it's like, can we celebrate it? Can we? I just can't. I just can't deal with it. If it went, I'd be delighted. So much bias. Where's that coming from, Giddy Apps? Let's have a look. Can't argue with that head-to-head. Says it all about changing mentality at this club. Exactly. Pastor Cogler is, mate, I can't wait to see what they do. And I think we all know what he's going to do and how it's going to go. Forest fans already moaning about hands, looking down at the floor. It's all going to come back to haunt them. It's all going to come back to haunt them. I mean, Murillo, who is a vital player for them, getting an injury in the first half, you just can't write this stuff up, can you? You just cannot write this stuff up. And if Nottingham Forest start getting a lot of injuries now, all the people that were saying, yeah, it's not Ange, it's whatever, well, you're going to go a lot quieter. You're going to go a lot quieter. Happy to give it a year before commenting, but I'll say it's trending up. You talking about Frank and the team, Jelly? Get ready, mate. We are going right to the top, or not right to the top, but you know what I mean? The only way is up. Big up, Ali. The inconsistency from refs, it is. I mean, it's happening in our games, isn't it? The last 2 league games, Bournemouth, but it's happening across the board. Every single week, there's a major VAR discussion, and it's ridiculous. Even with offsides and stuff, we can see it within one look. First replay, bang. Maybe second at a different angle. But when it's taking 3, 4, 5 minutes more, it's insane. The changes have been so fast for our players. Team, it's hard to keep up with. Thomas Frank is already what a lot of us knew we needed, and anything can happen. Correct. I'm just enjoying every single moment, every single game under Frank, and seeing what he's going to do. Oh, he will be. He is going to be. He is going to be a star. He really is. Very well said, Scott. Completely agree. Good day, Joe. I hope you're good, buddy. Hope you're good. Jazzy, positionally sound, flexible, doesn't break in his own players. Quality man management so far. Adequate with the press. We'll take it. He'll grow in stature with the press. I mean, he was fine with the press in Brentford because everything was settled and obviously everything was his, and he was the one that made the decisions everywhere, and obviously within the scouting network, whatever. He had his feet firmly under the desk, and everything ran through him at Brentford. And that will happen at Spurs. And when he's got that, the home comforts, he'll get a lot better with the media. Doku is the only fullback who could burn. You mean Doku? I think you meant is the only winger who could burn Spence. Maybe pace wise. Throw another shrimp on the barbie. Sorry, I don't even know what accent that was. I just tried. Sean Dyche will win more games than United. Sad that you're actually probably right, isn't it? He would go up. Can't believe I'm saying he would go there and probably be a lot more solid, wouldn't he? Mashing a Joe, he really would be. Brian, I watched but had to listen to part of the game on Saturday on Cyrus XM, but it seemed like the overwhelming theme was that Tell should be playing at the 9. Yeah, I think he needs to play off. If Solanke's there, I think he could do well playing off him. Joe, I think it is. I think Spurs need to, in all honesty, Spurs Patriots, is say, right, you're going to be a left winger. You're going to be a number 9. You're going to be play. We've got to find what is the position Frank wants him to be, and fully focus on it. I hope he has a good game against Doncaster and can bag a couple of goals for his confidence. He needs to improve, and he needs to improve before January. In case January, I would loan him out to another Premier League team, so he stays in the league, plays regularly, and then we'll see what he's made of. Because I just hope being a part of a 3-0 win away has given him a bit of confidence. The game is awful, but Bjorn is carrying me to victory in fantasy football. Is that? Yeah, okay. You're talking American. Okay, so 1 second. I asked Sean Butler last night during the chat whether he's going to the Hill Dickinson. I love that you just said that you're going to the new. Yeah, the only chance that I won't be going Mashing a Joe is when they give me the date for my wisdom surgery, wisdom teeth surgery. If I'm recovering or it's around that time, I won't. But I'm hoping it will be done by then and recovery. So Joe, my uncle, I don't know how long you've been supporting Everton for, Mashing Joe, how old you are. In 1990, season after Klinsmann, 95, 96 season with Chris Armstrong, Everton was sponsored by a company called Danker. That's with a D, not a W, Danker. And my uncle was very, very high up in Danker at the time. So we had VIP tickets. We literally sat by the chair, but in the directors kind of thing. And we drew 1-1. And I think we went 1-0 down. And obviously we had to stand up. I didn't clap or support, but then when we equalised, it was so hard for me and my cousins to sit down. But we did. But Everton was an old stadium. And I really look forward to seeing the new stadium. And do you know what? I'm happy Everton will do it in a better place right now. And I mean the way you're playing football. David Moyes has been incredible for you in both stints. And it's good to see Everton where are you in the league? Let's have a look. Where are Everton in the league? Premier League. Let's have a look. Table. Where are you? You're 6th. Fair play. Fair play. 2 wins, a draw and a defeat. Mate, it's always good to see Everton around the top half. I've got a lot of time for Everton, so I'm really hoping I can get to that game. Tell was way too lightweight up front Sunday. Improved coming off the wing. Definitely wouldn't throw him. Yeah, I think that might be a better way of putting it. Singularity, good morning to you, sir. Does Fred? I don't think he does. Saga, I mean, do you know what? Maybe that's why he's left out or on the bench on yesterday. And maybe not have come on. Maybe he'll be the number 6 against Villarreal. You raise a good point, actually. I don't think he sees him as a 6, like as in that's going to be your position for me. But I think you've got... That's an interesting one there. So that is an interesting one. We should have kept Lanky or Moore and loaned out Gray. I will stand by that until proven. Yeah, I think, do you know what? I think it's too soon for Lancashire. He got that goal against Galatasaray. I mean, playing at Oxford and scoring, it will do him the world of good. I think we all... Do you know what? I don't see Russell Martin being at Rangers much longer. And hopefully they'll bring in another manager that will get Rangers playing and competing. And then we might see the best out of Gray. I mean, Russell Martin is not doing well there. When will Xavi play his first game? Hopefully Tuesday, buddy. Hopefully Tuesday. I would really like to see him there at home on his home debut on Tuesday. Celery agent, my brother. How are you, geezer? I hope you're good and well. Mighty Mag, great show last night. Watch the replay. Cheers, buddy. Really, Solanke 29. Yeah, let me just check. I'm sure it. Dominic Solanke. Let's have a look. Dominic Solanke. Stats. Yeah, it was Bob, mate. He's just turned 28. His birthday's today, the 14th of September. He's just turned 28. My bad. Thought it was just 29. He's just turned 28. Today is Dominic Solanke's birthday. So yeah, 28. 28, not 29. So that's how old he is today. Only issue with Tuesday is I'm not watching the Champions League, so I won't really be able to add. But mate, we're going to be talking about all things Spurs, buddy. Maybe do you know what? Maybe Scott we'll speak. Maybe I'll have me and Nate do the Champions League bit to start, and then you can join in when we have a general chat. Maybe we'll do it that way, Scott, brother. If that works for you. If that works for you, we can sort that. Oh, my mate Davey has just messaged me from who comes to Scotland Yard. Big Rangers fan, is Scottish originally, saying Rangers fans are calling for a boycott next Saturday. Jesus Christ. Shows how bad things are at Rangers already. Paqueta card's the only chance they had. I wish we got him. Yeah, I don't think it was logistically. If we'd gone for him, we would have, but I don't think we were. I don't think it came to after getting Simmons. I don't think it was what was needed. If Solanke and Richie never played another minute for the club, I would be a happy man. You know what? I want to see Solanke stay fit and see what he can do under Frank with the quality we will have around him. Because I think he can do something. I do. I could be absolutely off my rocker, but I think Mwani's going to grab his chance and Solanke's going to get an opportunity here or there. And we'll see. But I do think Solanke could do it. A young Villa fan did a match day vlog with his grandfather. The old fella said, Everton fans are better than Liverpool fans. They won't rob or kill you. No comment, but I've met many an Everton fan and they are top people. They are top people, so passionate about the club. And you could see with how bad, or when the protests were and where things were bad, and a lot of your fans you were uniting for the love of the club. Got a lot of time for Everton. You reckon Manor making a step? Well, we don't know for sure if he will play or if he can play. But it's going to be interesting if he does play. It's going to be very interesting if he does play. 5 changes you thought? We need Odegaard to step up and do. I think Odebear needs a chance. Needs a chance, especially if it meant Xavi can come into the centre and play 10, I'd be fine with Odebear starting on the left most of the time until we can get someone in. I really want to see him have a consistent run and just see what he's got. So I'd have no problem. If that meant Xavi Simmons could come in, I'm going to just call him Xavi. If Xavi can come into the number 10, then I'd have no problem until January seeing him there. Yeah, you were thinking 3 or 4 as well. If Bergvall and Sarr continue to improve, I mean, David, this is the thing. What a refreshing thing to have that when Kulu is back. At the moment, Kulu just doesn't walk into the first team right now, and he doesn't. And that's also a blessing and a curse because it shows how good we've become or how good they are playing. And I think when Kulusevski has his patches, and he has 2-3 month patches where he's unstoppable. Excuse me. And then he just gets tired because we've overplayed him and he just gets exhausted, then picks up an injury. But that's how things have changed so drastically, Dave. It's wonderful to see. Bentancur, Udogie and Rich, I don't know why. I just got a feeling Mwani's going to start. I really do think Mwani's going to start, but I agree with you with Bentancur and Destiny. That I do. Can we talk more about mental illness? Maggie, listen, this is the show where you guys, if we go that way, we go that way. So if you have any questions, like I said, if people want to talk anything non-football related, whether it be regarding mental health, addiction, which is a huge part of my life, or if it be about anything else and have some fun, we can always do that. We can always do that. Yeah, they could have done, Scott. They could have done, but they didn't. They could have done, but they simply didn't. I've just realised I'm 20. Right, let's go down. I'm going to go down because I've realised I got completely lost with explanation. I think Frank will exploit with an aggressive, pacey attack, and Kudus get. I take it you're talking about Tuesday. Let's have a look. The first thing I would do in January is ring Andrew and see if he wants to on a permit. Mate, Dan, I'm being serious when I say this. I think I would not be surprised if Adge picks up the phone for Brennan Johnson. I know a lot of people go, yeah, sell him, get rid of him. He does score goals for us, but I reckon that move could be on the cards. I reckon Johnson to Forest could be back on the. That's just me guessing, not just no information or anything. Replace Gill with Tell. I think Tell was a better player than Gill. That's for sure. Let's have a look. I think you'll find that will be a lot to do with the former hierarchy. King Oasis is in the building. Big up to you, brother. I hope you're good and well. Has he signed for them? If you told me Delhi wouldn't be good enough for Wrexham, but have Wrexham turned him? Oh, so sad with Delhi. Talking of the mental health part. So sad. Okay, sure older than me. I was born in 75, supported Everton since I was 6. There you go. Yeah, so you'll remember Danker then. You will remember Danker. Rangers. Could you see Mourinho in Scotland? Yes, I would. Yes, I would, Liam. I would, but not because I think players have been bad. Far from it. I think he's gonna play in the Champions League. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to a back 3. I wouldn't be surprised with anything he does right now. But I think with the games coming thick and fast now, every 3 days, 4 days, he's going to have to. And do you know what? If he does, I'm completely going to support it. That's a good point. Yeah. It's actually a very good point, Kudos. Some players need an arm around them, Brian. Others don't. I think Lanky does, but more my Gray that Joe Laurie, when you break it down like that, and with that kind of style of management, I think you're bang on right. Actually, I think you're right. Oh, 1 second. Thanks, Brian. Just getting ready. Have my pouch on. He's keeping with me all the time. Okay, that's my man who's just about to fly over here. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Right, where were we? Sorry about that. Let's see what else we got up here. As someone who follows Rangers as well, Moore is really struggling at Rangers, and it's getting a bit toxic with the manager. Do we have to? I don't know if we have a recall. I would hope Spurs did. I would hope Spurs did, like they did with Alfie. I don't know if that's it depends as well, though, Daniel. Do they put clauses in, like when Alfie came back, he went to they brought him back so he can go on loan to a bigger or not bigger club, a league up. Is it a break clause where if we're going to loan him out to another? I just hope, because I thought he was going to thrive at Rangers, but it has been a really dire time for Rangers. Really has. All aboard the Frank engine. Chew, fucking chew. Damn right. I think we could. I think we could. But the more and more he's getting injured, the more and more you can't rely on them. I think some of the work he did last season when things were bad, like before Christmas or just up until Christmas, his hold-up play, his work for the team. Obviously, that's not what you want from your striker, but we bought him and he thrives on service. We had no one that could give it to him. Well, now we do. And I think he could do, but we need better. We need better. Tell Solanke, Mawani, it's like, oh, that was so true. That's so true. The money we spent on Richie and Solanke, yeah, what we're looking at, 65 for Solanke and 50 million, which rises to 60. So let's say the 50, because I don't think Richie's going to hit those targets. So that's 105 million pounds. No, 115 million pounds. Jesus Christ. It's insane. It's insane how bad. This is why I'm looking forward to January, and why I'm saying I think we didn't get the left winger, because we've wasted that kind of money on bringing in players that aren't there and hoping that they could get there. I think that's why we didn't bring in a left winger, because I'm going to stick to it. I reckon we're going to go for Savinho, who apparently came off the bench today and didn't really do anything of much note. But I just hope he doesn't start playing regularly, because then we might move to option whoever Frank wants. I don't care, but I think he wants Savinho. Whether he plays regularly for Man City, we'll wait and see. Interesting, but not surprising. Gray was nowhere near the team sheet at West Ham. He could be another looking for a loan when we get. Well, the thing is, Rick, what I will say is people need to stop mentioning Madders' name. Madders won't be back till about April. Late March at a push. I get what you're saying. Kulu, yes, but Kulu is a different position to him midfield wise. Same group position wise, but they're not the same player. I think I want Gray learning off Paulinho, unless he goes, I think, a loan to Bournemouth or even an Everton or a Palace. A team like that could be the making of him. But whilst he's here and learning off Paulinho, I do think he will come good. It's just when will he get the opportunities and when will he take them? And you can see the confidence going around the team with Frank. If that can rub off on Gray and he can feel more relaxed, more comfortable, we will see. First half of the match would have been a lot different if Solanke was on either end of those long balls. Yep. And then you can have Tell running off him. I think Tell needs a Solanke to run off him, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, mate, every single day the air tastes sweeter and cleaner It's wonderful. Simmons must really back himself to have Xavi on the back of his shirt. He probably did it as well because people were probably saying Simmons and Simons. I just get used to people saying Xavi because that's all I'm going to do now, or try to. Oh, mate, when he is back, it's a brilliant guy to bring back in. Tell like Katapai, all he does is a string shot. You're going back on the, I'm guessing that's Pokemon stuff. I don't know, buddy. I really don't know. I don't know how long he'll have in his contract. That's a tough one. Other than Xavi, who I'd rather play 10, Odegaard is by far our best left winger and probably right and a proper right-footed number 10, if it's not Xavi, I think it's got to be Xavi. I think it's got, well, Sar's been doing it. This is what we have to wait and see, and Frank will decide. Oasis were incredible, King Oasis. Unbelievable concert. I haven't been to many concerts, but they were on top form. It was incredible, buddy. Incredible. Have you seen them or going to be seeing them? Mr. Daigle, is Kulu a better fit on the right for Frank? Or is it... Oh. Joe, what? And I'm being serious here. I wouldn't mind seeing Kulu on the left. I wouldn't mind trying Kulu on the left. Putting Xavi... I think... I called him when he played on the right, anywhere apart from Conte's the first loan period, is I used to call him Dayan Predictabiliski, because you know what he's going to do on the right wing. You know exactly what he's going to do. And it just became so predictable. I think he's a lot better as attacking mid. But where Frank would want him, we should see. We should see. Kulu shall get on the team, but barring injuries to the current crew, there is less chance of him doing so during his recovery. And hopefully, this is the thing. We can, this is what we've got to love as well. We can literally, when Kulusevski comes back, say, right, we're going to take our time with you. We're going to get you up to full fitness. We'll bring you on a couple of games where you'll get 5, 10, 15, whatever it is. But in previous seasons, it's a rush to get him back and get him on the pitch. And then things like Aston Villa happened, or Palace, where he went off injured. And when we didn't need to, because he's a key player for Andrew at the time, and everyone has to play, no matter red zone or whatever. This is the great thing with what's going on at the moment. Players can be eased back in. No worries, Alex. But like I said, never up. You are late, but actually you're not late because we're still going. And just happy you're here, Alex, buddy. And we'll get to... Oh, could you imagine? Could you imagine out of nowhere if team over... Oh, mate. Then it will show that was an Ange signing, won't it? Johnson to Forest, 100%. Marinakis will kidnap his father next time he's at the... I can see it happening. I really can see it happening. J-Pax, big up to you, buddy. I think it's... I want to see Mawani. I want to see Mawani up top. Dele Alli net worth 40 mil. Is that right? Surely not. Dele Alli, that can't be right. Net worth. Dele Alli is worth more. Wait a minute. What? How much did Dele Alli? No. Dele Alli's net worth. Surely not 40 million. Dele Alli is thought to be comfortably north of 10 million. Some sites go as far as to 20 million. Fucking hell. Oh, wait, Dele Alli net worth. Dele Alli's net worth is 38. Jesus Christ. That just goes to show how much money there is in football. That's insane. That is insane. Yeah, one of my friends called Haz used to be on Spurs Kings TV. If anyone used to watch Spurs Kings TV and saw a Turkish guy Haz who's got skinhead like me, really, really top bloke. Incredible bloke. He always said for the last few years that he's always wanted to come to Toronto. He's married, but I think his wife goes on a girly holiday every year. And then he goes and does a city for a week. And he just messaged me literally 2-3 weeks ago, Brian, I'm coming to Toronto. I was like, well, when? He's to be here about 4 more days after I fly back to London. But he lands tomorrow. We're going to Scotland Yard Tuesday, showing him around Toronto, watching the Brighton game, and he's just staying. He's got an Airbnb about a 5-minute walk from me. So going to be great to see him tomorrow. Really, really top guy. Oh, they do big time. Yeah, exactly. Mate, PMP 017. I'm where you are. I'm where you are, but we'll see if he gets a loan. Our medical tip. Do you know what, King Oasis? I'm gonna touch wood. Right now, injuries, ongoing injuries. Obviously, what happened to Madison, but so far we came back from international break with no fresh injuries, and I think Frank, when he's making these subs and switching it up, like what he did for Van der Ven. Van der Ven was having a fantastic game, and even when the game's done, we've kept him on before, and Frank was like, no, off you come. Rest, relax. It's vital. This is why when I saw the team, it was Bentancur on the bench, it was Paulinho, Star and Bergvall. The other players are getting a rest. Let them refresh, let them recharge. Have them on the bench to come on and make an impact. If Frank can keep doing that, it will keep them fresh. It will keep them fresh. Obviously, injuries can come at any time, but I think we'll have a dramatic difference in injuries this season. And London, big up to you, buddy. Hope you're well. I am good, mate. I am good. I hope everything is good for you in LA. Loan to land January, that could be the good thing for him. You still need Savio. Yeah, I think we do. I think we do, buddy. And it's not even that I think Frank wants him, buddy. I really do think Frank wants him. Oh, mate, I am 100% convinced we're going to do everything we can to get him. I really, really, really do think there is every single chance we go and get him. I haven't got a clue. When you talk Pokemon, I haven't got a Scooby-Doo. I just know that they're a thing. Oh, there you go. You're having a good conversation. Point out the fact that Tell sucks isn't negativity. It's not negative. Well, I wouldn't say it's negativity, but I get what there's. I think he will get a chance. Or, sorry, he needs to take one of the chances he gets or go out on loan. I'm not going to write him off. That's for sure. Everton mate, you really did. And do you know what? You're Mashing Joe. And when we got Richarlison, that was when we got the £150 million windfall, and we're going to invest heavily, blah, blah, blah. And then went and bought 7 players. That was when I loved Anthony Gordon. He just had his breakout season. I thought, oh, brilliant, if we get him. But then when he went to Newcastle, I was like, no, I don't want Gordon, which was a big error on my part. Big error on my part. I'd have loved to have got him when we went for Richarlison. He's doing wonderful. He's doing really well at Newcastle. He's turned into. He's still got. He needs stupid yellow cards though, doesn't he? His discipline needs sorting. But yeah, you got good money for him, and the reason you got good money for him is because we knew you needed the money, and someone sniffed the deal, and that's all we did. Rather than going and get the right player, if there's a player that could become the right player, but it's not a deal, we'll take the deal, or used to. But now that man has gone. It ain't happening anymore. We don't need who, Dan? So we don't need who. We don't need him. Oh, you're talking about Stevino? I think we do. I really do. And I think Frank wants him, which is more important. The money spent on Richarlison Solanke was because we can't pay high wages. We got, and London, you're right. Well, the thing is, we had the money to pay the wages. Like you said, we just won't, or we just wouldn't, should I say, wouldn't. But yeah, that's the thing. We pay big money for players that won't be on the big wages, rather than getting the real top dollar players that will demand the big wages. So if you're talking about Savino, the guy at 21, I think he's a tremendous talent. Semenyo is incredible, but there's not a chance of us getting him. I think Savino could be a great bit of business. But everyone has their likes, or most important thing is, does Frank want him, and does Frank see what he can do with him to improve him? I'll take it all day long. Yeah, I mean, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. ridiculous. Look who's here. My ride or die. My ride or die, my roomie. Big up to you, sir. Good morning. Yeah, oh no. Is it even as late as that? Yeah, well, it's technically a year injury, but with physio and whatever, he could be back April, I reckon, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's completely done for the whole season. Yeah, you look at that, 23 million for Sarr and Bergvall, 150 million on Tel Gray and Johnson. Wait a minute, so that's 40. Great, Joe, what with Gray, I look at it as well. We paid 40 million, but we got 15 of it back for Joe Roden. So I would, like we did with Walker Peters and Højbjerg, like we've done with other players. So I call it 40 million outlay, but in all honesty, it's 25 mil. Oh dear, Scott, no. Mate, do you know what, Master Joe? I remember watching Match of the Day on the first game of the season where they battered Wolves and they went absolutely potty over Grinders. They really, really did. And he does look a serious player, but I think they have overhyped him. I think he could become a very good player, but he's not looking as comfortable. I mean, I'll see what Diego says on that, but I think he will become a very good player. But since the Wolves game that he dominated, I don't think he's been as good as what people were making out. Sign him. Oh, mate. I think I'd agree. I'd agree. Even just to rub off on the players coming through, I think it's one of the biggest no-brainers. I actually hope in some way, Loran, that in January, Spurs go and open negotiations and say, right, listen, let's just get this wrapped up. We want Paulinho. If Paulinho wants to stay, which I imagine he would, I think it would be brilliant. I think it would be brilliant. We'll see. I mean, where would you think, Rodney? Where would you think, brother? Where do you think he would go? Unless you've done it here. I think he needs to go abroad. Like, it's not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout. I keep talking about like the young players that have gone out to Germany or whatever. Maybe. Oh, mate, you're joking. Mate, mate, they were just incredible. They were incredible. That's his name, mate. Predictability. Got to get the ski at the end, brother. But that's what he does on the right wing. That's all he does on the right wing. Mate, honestly, not a clue. Not a clue. He got pushed by someone, by Walker Peters. No, was it Walker Peters that pushed it? No. Whoever it was, and then he pushed Walker Peters, didn't he? It's incredible. Did you see much? No, I haven't. I haven't seen it. This guy is just a genius, an artist, a role model. He was fantastic for us. He was world class for Real Madrid, and at 40, he is incredible. I'm an Oxford fan as well. I keep it up. How would you say then, King Oasis? How would you say he's actually doing? Give us a brief synopsis of how he's doing at Oxford. With Frank tactics, I don't expect to exactly. And this is the thing, Singularity. I kept saying so many people going, "Oh, Van der Ven won't be the kind of same defender." I don't know if he's a very good defender. It's been about his pace. I think he's been brilliant. I think he has been brilliant this season. And yesterday he had to use his pace a few times, but it's nothing like back in the day where it was every single game non-fucking stop. And what's up, mate, with his right foot, that finish yesterday was magnificent. Big up, Daniel. Daniel, I responded to your comment on my match review, and I rewrote my email because people sent me emails from that stream and I got through. So I don't know why it didn't go through, but I have retyped it and I double checked and triple checked and quadruple checked the spelling. It is right. Just copy and paste my reply to you and the email will work. Oh, you've just said it there. I didn't realize you put that there, but yeah, go check. I'm going to put it in here one more time as well. BRI. DHGUL79@gmail.com. Yeah, it's no Brian, just Bry. Try it again, because other people did send me emails on that night, so I don't know what happened, but it's on the YouTube comments to you mentioning that on my review of the game yesterday, and I've just put it in the chat again, buddy. Lookman also, yeah, do you know what? I think we could have got Lookman over the line. I think we could have, but we went for the loan to begin with because I think he wants Savinho. I think he desperately wants Savinho, or it could be Liao. It could be someone we don't even know of. But I think in the first week of the window, Spurs signed the left back Thomas Frank wants. Let's have a look. Correct. This is why I'm giving them 2 windows. Again. Not to mention, is Gordon's up. Mate, do you know what? It was a great header he scored. Mate, big trouble. Well, Swifty said. And that's why we don't win much. All that money on play. Yeah, well, I think that's changing, mate. And I think what also will be a big change is how we get players out. How we get players out of this football club, I think, will change as well. Oh, mate, no, it's not the signing of the window. It's not. Thomas Frank is the signing of the window, without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt. But it is massive that he actually did it. It shows if he's committing, he knows what's about to happen. It's not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. Maybe Germany would be. I think young English talent go to Germany on loan and do incredibly well. I would love to see him go to Germany. Yeah, he's a hard watch on that right wing. I can't disagree. He's this is Kulusevski. Don't get me wrong. When it was him, Kane and Son with the Conte Champions League qualification, no one could stop him. He was an unknown talent, or not an unknown, but to the Premier League, and teams just couldn't handle him. Now people know it. They know it. And I think he's a lot better playing in central. Players who don't ride, but yeah, they can. Yes, Modric is doing it for. Modric doing for the football. Everyone forget the stinky kicked up, mate. Do you know what, Luke? I will say there's 2 ways of looking at that. Yes, he really did try to harbour a move to Chelsea, but what actually changed it for me is obviously they said stay 1 more season or whatever the gentleman's agreement was. But when he did come back into the team on that final season, rather than kicking his toys out the pram, rather than playing like a moody player like Christian Eriksen did before he left, for the first 4 or 5 months, that guy was absolutely untouchable. It caught up with him near the end, but he got back in the team and gave everything for the club, and then left, which was a sad day that we had to let him go. But he understood not going to Chelsea. He may have been upset, but dealt with it, gave everything. Whereas Christian Eriksen, the complete opposite. Oh yeah, of course, that's next week, isn't it? Is that Saturday or Sunday? I hope I'm in England. I hope that's not whilst I'm flying. Let me just check. Liverpool. I know it's at Anfield, isn't it? Liverpool v Everton. Please just say Sunday. Please say Sunday. Oh, it's on Saturday. I'm flying. Oh, wait a minute. 7:30 a.m. It's before our game. Yes, I get to see it, buddy. I get to see it. That's made me happy. Lancashire scored 3 goals in 5 games. Oxford are in relegation, though. 2 points from 2 points at So out of 15 points they've taken 2. Jesus. Can anyone explain? Because no one could afford the fee. Pretty simple. And it's what this football club was doing. Look at Brian Hill, who was in the last year of his contract. I think we've got it. I think we've done it kind of like, not what we did with Johnny Cardozo, but I think we've got it that when they sell him on, because I think it's going to become a permanent, if I remember correctly, and I think Spurs have done it so that when they sell him, there's a huge chunk of change coming our way. but it was one of the. You look at Chelsea's and other teams that find these young South American talents that are going to be the next big thing. We go out and get a valise, and then just this has all got to change at this football club. Yeah, well, I mean, we can't get worse, can we, Swifty? Bundesliga is a good league, and in the English talent seems to do very, very well there. Can Spurs exercise? No. Let me just let's have a look. Valise loan. Let's have a look. If we do some research, let's have a quick look. Valise loan. Let's have a look. Okay, so I've got Tottenham forward Alejo Valise returned to his former club Rosario Central on a season-long loan in the 24-25 season. The deal is confirmed in July 25. Does not include a buyout clause, meaning Valise will return to Tottenham at the end of the loan spell. This is Valise's third loan. Yeah, so I was wrong. There isn't a. I did hear that I think they were trying to get a sell-on fee. Like he's due to come back, but he's been here 2 years. He's on his third loan. It's just shocking recruitment. Shocking. Yep, every single one of them Spurs players. Lloris in goal, defence, and this is why I know Christian knows ball. He went Jan Vertonghen over Toby Alderweireld. Moussa Dembele, Harry Kane, and he couldn't have him. Who was it Delhi or was it Sonny? But that was 4 of them. But yeah, he went Vertonghen over Toby, which is the right move. He did. He's such a top player. Found out after I booked my flight off. Buddy, oh, Jesus. Well, at least you don't have to eat aeroplane food then, which is a blessing. I'm not looking forward to I hate aeroplane food. Hate it. Mate, stay tuned. They're not sponsoring us, but stay tuned. There may be a few things appearing with Tottenham on tour on the Scotland Yard. There may be a few interesting things about to happen with the Scotland Yard and Tottenham on tour. That's all I'm saying. All to be finalised when I get back from London. I remember Joey. Oh my God, I remember him. I remember that player. He used to be very good on Championship Manager as well. Eva, man, good morning to you, buddy. Good morning to you. Where are we? In recent years, 17. It's in recent years, it's 17 or 18. Like he can break that record. Oh, are you talking about Keynes? Oh, no, you're talking about Joey Beacom. I was about to say. I was like, Jesus Christ, that'd be a leap of faith. That would have been. Brian, do Sim and Ben? Nope. Their full-time job is We Are Tottenham TV. Ben and Simeon. Ben gave up his job. Did Ben give up first or Simeon? But no, We Are Tottenham TV is their full-time job, buddy. Wasn't to begin with. They had full-time jobs, but now it is their everything. It is their work. They're their own bosses, and it is all they do. It is all they do. Spurs got the most cup players. Yeah, England or Tottenham have also got the most England internationals to have made their debut whilst being in a Spurs shirt. Levy not said, mate, it really was. It really was. And do you know what? This is not the whole Spurs and Chelsea don't mix. If he had gone to Chelsea, there would have been there would have been an uproar. So he did stop that. But yeah, I mean, the good thing on the other whilst of that, mate, if he had gone to Chelsea with Roman Abramovich's money around him, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it won't be that. I can't do Late Night Lilywhite from there. So things are trying to work out. But what you got to remember, that is a pub where obviously they play music and they've got you got to be very careful because I can't. If there's a game on or music on, YouTube will copyright us or the algorithm will pick it up and copyright it. If I try and show any of the game more than 7 seconds at a time, the Premier League, or when I, do you know what, when I left the Scotland Yard after winning the Europa League, once we'd won it, I did like a very slow panning around the whole pub, and some of it had people celebrating in front of the big screen. I uploaded them when I got the train to come home. By the time I'd come out of the underground part, UEFA had copyrighted all of them. And there were about 12 seconds as I went round. So there are going to be things happening at the yard, but it's going to be, I've got to get things finalised. Then I'll let all you guys know on Late Night Lilywhite first. Yeah, I realised that. I realised that. Yeah, they are, buddy. Like I said, I can't explain to you how much I love these guys. I cannot. And what they have done for me personally, both in helping Tottenham on tour and when I was part of Tottenham away, what they do behind the scenes that people don't see, how they support everyone, and most importantly, the friendship that has been built just from me phoning up. And like I said, I'd never met them before, ever. People think I might have known them for years and years and go back like decades and grew up with each other. No. First time I met them was when I first went on We Are Tottenham TV. I was at Ben's wedding. Me and Ben are as thick as thieves. I'm very tight with Simeon as well, but me and Ben are thick as thieves, speak every single day. Obviously, very close with their family, and obviously got to spend a lot of time with Grandpa, God bless him. And can't wait to see Ben's brand new baby daughter when I go back next week. They are just incredible, incredible people. My life, honestly, they've helped me when I've been going through a tough time, mental health wise, anything. They are at the other end of a phone call whenever I need them. But here we go. Everybody chooses Moussa Dembele in their best 11 played with. 100%, buddy. 100%. Every single Spurs player that played with him during that time, when they say he was the best player he played with, every single time Moussa Dembele. It's incredible. Did he? Jesus Christ. Rest in peace. Oh, mate. For me, Jan and Toby, but only because they had the 2 seasons where we had the best defence in the league. And obviously that was the rest of the team. But if Romero and Van der Ven can stay fit this season for a massive majority of it, and we're playing like we are, these two will then start making their way up the ranks to be heirs to the throne. Jan and Toby, I think, were magnificent. Absolutely incredible. My favourite, Tottenham bar, Scotland Yard, Toronto. But when I am back home, Coach and Horses. Coach and Horses in Tottenham. Coach and Horses all day long. The Beehive is a great pub, but it's a real long walk away. But yeah, the Coach and Horses is where I'll always be. It's where my heart is. Brian, I watched Spurs v Chelsea 75 right yesterday on YouTube. Good old days. Oh, mate. Back in those days when football, the Spurs-Chelsea rivalry is intense, is very, very intense. Nobody loves a copy. I think you want to say more than Kaufman, more than Ben. Ben loves a copyright strike. It's unfortunately YouTube are very, very hot on it, and it's like kind of like a 3-strike policy. You're out unless you take the copyright part away. And if I do a whole thing at the Scotland Yard with the music and everything I do will be like, well, you need to take that down. And I was like, okay. Yeah, but I the good old copyright strikes. I'm going to come to Toronto. I've got mate King Oasis. Just reach out to me. I don't know if we follow each other on social media. If you do, my email address has been put in here, like I do occasionally. Send me a message whenever you come. I will show. Wait a minute. If I got the picture, I'll put it on Twitter. Actually, I'll have it on my. Let's see if I can find. Can I put a video up that is my own video? Oh no, it's got music, so I'll get copyrighted. Fuck. But what I will do is if I go into my Twitter, let me go into my Twitter. Let me go into my Twitter quickly. What was the no, was it on this one where I said let's have a look? Where's Paul? Paul. Nope. Where was it? Oh, wait a minute. If I do it this way, media. Let's go back to the top. Media. Where's media? Okay, there you go. So, let me just share this picture. So you'll see where this is my view. You know when sometimes you go into a football game or a concert and it will show you your view from where you're sitting? Well, this is me sitting at my seat. You won't see my table that I sit at because it's a huge table, but this is when you come to the Scotland Yard and you sit at my table, that is your view. There's a big table which you can't see. Some people sit in these right in front of me, but the screen is right there. There is no one else that gets in front. And there's a TV. If you can look, there's a TV here. There's a TV just over here. There's about, I think there's 16 TVs in the Scotland Yard. And that's the view from my table. And it's the noisiest table, funny enough. They are. They really, really are. No, this is the thing. If you look at it, there are so many people when you watch whatever channels that have met through being on Ben and Simeon's on We Are Tottenham TV or whatever it may be. There are. I wouldn't have met Ben Kaufman. I wouldn't have met Ben Kaufman if I hadn't seen him on We Are Tottenham TV. Left-footed Daigle. Mate, I am a left footer. I started off the Teddy Sheringham role. Then it was central midfield. Sometimes I play left wing. Then when I played Power League, which is like five-a-side, I used to be defender / sweeper, and like the Michael Carrick kind of position, but from defence. The Teddy Sheringham role was my favourite. Muzzle tov to them both. They got two kids already. Two kids under 2. Josh isn't 2 till December. Was it just 21st of December? Joshua will be 2. Was born on Friday. Ben had a baby girl on Friday. He's an uncle for the second time, mate. He's an uncle for the second time. They are, mate. They are without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yeah, it was due any time now. And obviously, I spoke to Ben earlier in the week just gone. And the due date was about the time that I meant to come to London. And I said, oh, it's like perfect timing. Will you be able to help out and come in? I was like, of course I will. No problem at all. And he said to me earlier in the week, I think it's going to be any day now. And then I spoke to him on Friday. And he always calls me on the way home from the studio, and we talk on his way home till he gets home. And just by a chance, I said, any news with Ashley? Is she okay? Everything okay? Is it still imminent? He goes, well, Brian, now that you asked, I'll tell you. He goes, it's very imminent. I've just parked up at the hospital. Bang. Oh, sorry, that was Thursday night. Friday, they had the baby. So, yeah. It's just wonderful. It's wonderful. No, it wasn't. No, I won't have. No. But listen, Scott, I will not tolerate this. I will not tolerate it. Jan was better. End of discussion. Oh, mate, do you know what? Do you know what it is, Lord? You're right. And it's done very, very so. As you guys see, we even on this show, we go through the comments one by one, or as we do when you watch StreamYard, we can manipulate, or not manipulate, but bring these comments up. We Are Tottenham TV sit in front of their screen, as you see. They have their computers in front of them, but that's because they're always got either their notes there or checking research. There's a guy in the back that runs everything. And obviously, they don't bring the comments and interact like this unless it's a super chat, which is, believe me, like you said, they have thousands of people watching. But there are a hell of a lot of trolls. There are a hell of a lot of trolls in there. There are some great people in that chat. I get on there in the chat as regularly as I can, and there are some really genuine great people on there. But you're right, they do have a lot of trolls in there, unfortunately. I get that. Oh, brilliant. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's notifications. Let's have a look. Followers. Let's have a look. Let me go into my followers and follow you straight back. Followers. Which is your handle, brother? Just because I can't see a King Oasis, just let me know what your handle is, and then I will know. How do, mate? Like I didn't know this question was coming up. Literally, we are Tottenham TV and COVID. If it hadn't been for COVID, I don't know if I would have called in. See, there's so many things. Like obviously, COVID was horrible, and loads of people lost their lives, and the world went nuts, and companies lost. But that is what brought me onto We Are Tottenham TV. Would I have done Tottenham away? Would there be a Tottenham on tour? Who knows? Who knows? But literally, from calling in on We Are Tottenham TV, and the first time I did it was just after we signed Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Damn right, brother. Damn right. I'm a Roy Keane type of player, mate. Oh, that's a good comparison, brother. That is a good comparison. Oh, we all are, buddy. We all are. Deputy, yeah, I will be. I won't be tomorrow because I might be tomorrow because Simeon said. I told Simeon I've got after I've done Tottenham on tour and the coffee company show in the morning, I've got to go to the airport. So I said, unless you want to go early, I can't do tomorrow. But then he reminded me that sometimes Thomas Frank on midweek games does his press conference very early. So he may go early again, and then I might be. Won't be on Tuesday because it's match day. They don't do anything. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I will be on We Are Tottenham TV, and maybe a couple of days next week when I'm in London. So I'll be in the studio a lot whilst I'm there. So you'll be seeing me. The thing is, I have most of the trolls that come on these channels already. There you go. That always helps. That always helps. Is Sammy from We Are? Oh, mate, he's brilliant. He's brilliant. Do you know what? He's got an Instagram following of about 84,000 people for the stuff he does on Instagram. Sammy is a top geezer. I have a lot of banter with him. He is very, very funny. He is a very chill guy. He's a very, very chill guy. Yeah, like you, John, I see you in there all the time. Once you go in there, you see a lot of people that you see all the time, and people actually have decent chat. But my God, do they attract, or not they attract, as they bring in people, people go into that chat and are just vile. That's the trade-off with having a, well, this is the thing. This is the thing you do get, but Jolda is good. It just shows what mad society we are in. If this is how people get their kicks and find it fun or whatever, it's just vile. Oh, here we go. Oh, whoa. You've gone for Jan. Brian, do you agree with what most people are saying, that Alfie Devine is that... Oh, dear. You'll be hearing from my legal team in the morning, Scott. In the morning, my legal team will speak to you. That is the biggest blasphemy you have ever done. Ever. No, he won't. Look, from what I understand, where's he gone again? Preston have a option to buy. The way I look at it, I know Justin Concrane absolutely loves Alfie Devine, and I know that for an absolute cast iron fact. Thomas Frank sees something in him. If he does very, very well there, which I know he will, I don't see Spurs selling him. If he doesn't have the best of deals there or times there in what Spurs gauge, then maybe they do let him go. And I will say this right here, right now. If Alfie Devine leaves this football club, I'll be heartbroken. Absolutely be heartbroken. but he will be back in the Premier League in one of the top clubs within 3 years. That's how good he is. I will tell you now. If I was a right back, good defensively, but shockingly going forward, or shocking going forward. Sorry, I put the Lee at the end. Not a chance. Not a chance. I think he starts against Doncaster. Definitely starts against Doncaster. Not Champions League, brother. You're not going to just chuck him in the Champions League. Doncaster, he will. And I think Carabao Cup games, he will. You won't be dropping Vicario. Damn right, see? King Oasis, I do love you. I do love you. Let's have a look. Keep it up. Yeah, going 20 games, Brian, now that, yes. AJ, I am hoping to be at the Wolves game. I am very much hoping to be at the Wolves game with this man right here. With this man right here who has not been in the new stadium at all because of his Levy boycott. And fair play to him. He actually, obviously, I've only boycotted it since the 2-2 with Manchester United. Didn't go at all during Ange, at all, refused, even though I could have had tickets easy. He hasn't been in the stadium. I don't even know how long it was since he was in White Hart Lane. But he hasn't stepped foot in the new stadium since it's been there. And if all goes to plan, we are both going to be in that game together for Wolves, and I can't wait. And you know the great thing about it? There are so many people like Tom, like my ride or die, that are going to be going back into the stadium now and want to be a part of it because of Levy going. So I'm hoping to go to the Wolves game. I'm going to be in the studio for the Doncaster game. The Villa game, I'm in the studio with Ben. And I think Wolves is the only other game. I think there might be... No, we're away to Monaco. So, yeah, Wolves will be the only game. Let's have a look. Scott, you'll go, oh, he is. Oh, mate, he's done for. He has... Mate, as Joey said in Friends when he was having a go at Chandler, he's so far across the line that the line looks like a dot to him. That's how far he's gone. Yeah, mate, honestly, when Scott, I saw Scott M's comment and I saw the smiley face, I was like, he hasn't done one of those comments yet. And then it was, listen, I've got a wicked sense of humour. I love having a laugh and a joke as well. So when you see a top comment, you've got to laugh. He's going to need a legal team, Alex, for the blasphemy of Alfie Devine. Put it that way. Top of the morning, Villarreal coming up this week. Hopefully worth. Oh, mate, we will. It will definitely be worth a look. There you go. Fuck me. I just sent me an Insta as well, brother. Let me just have a look. You sent me a D. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, geezer. Let me just very quickly go onto my Insta. Let's have a look. Okay. Okay, so I've just requested that one. If that's you, we'll deal with that later. But I've just send me a DM. Send me a DM on one of them, brother. Send me a DM. And then it's a lot easier. Oh, I've got you, brother. I've got you. And you'll send it. I can see you typing away now. Cheers, brother. I'll get back to you. On Insta. Let me just view your profile. Am I following you? Yeah, I'm following you. Wicked. All good. Other than Luca, who's a given, which loanee are you most excited about? You mean loan going out or loan coming in? Elaborate on that a bit more. Brian, kudos. you'll be hearing from my legal team as well. You'll be hearing from my legal team. I don't know which one is worse. But this is blasphemy of the highest order. Mate, 13 years. So let's have a look. So what? 13 years, 2025. So you stopped going in 2012, brother. Fucking hell. Mate, this is why, honestly, this man, again, I'm a sentimental bastard and I've got no problem wearing my heart on my sleeve. My love for this man goes beyond what people think. And again, you link it back to Ben and Sim. If I hadn't gone on you, he was following me on Twitter, Tom. I think I was following him back. But it's again through the YouTube. Like I now speak to this guy very often. Can't wait to see him when I'm back. And he's always promoted everything I've been doing Levy. I like a lot of people did, but I've literally said, make sure we can get him a ticket. I've got a ticket, or I will have a ticket. But Tom was going to come down watching the Coach and Horses with me, and then we tried to spring a surprise of getting him a ticket. And it's as simple as this: if I can't get him a ticket, I won't be going in. I will watch the game of the Coach and Horses with him. As much as I'd love to go in, there's no way. I am watching that game with Tom, whether it's in the stadium or in the coach. Either way, but it should be 95 to 99.99999999999% will be going in the stadium. As simple as that. Curious to see who Frank gives the armband to when remember. Yeah, I think he did approach it. I haven't seen it. He hasn't named it yet. This is the thing. I think Porro's going to be in the leadership team, Ethan. But if he's rested on Tuesday, it's a good question. I think Ben's caught maybe Vicario. But I'm not keen on goalkeepers being captains. Never have been. Mate, Ashley Phillips, the day we signed him, I put a tweet out and I said the year is 2029, and Ashley Phillips is leading Tottenham out as captain. I don't think he is a future England international. Stoke love him. I actually wanted him to stay this season because I thought he'd proven in League One with Stoke and Plymouth that he could do it. And I thought Djokovic, that's the fucking tennis player, Vuskovic would go out on loan. Sent both out. But future England international and Spurs captain, in my opinion. That's how highly I rate him. If you had to problem, this is a no-brainer, mate. This is one of my biggest FA Cup. FA Cup. That cup I grew up with being so magical and so wonderful. That FA Cup, we've won it 8 times. First to do it, only team to win it as a non-league team. That cup means everything to Tottenham, and we need to get it back. Tom81, my brother, thank you for the super chat, geezer. Kind words, mate. Well, I speak from the heart, and you know that, brother. And I've got all the time in the world for you and Kells and the family, and I can't wait to catch up with you as well. It's going to be incredible. Do you think Levy left pushed? I almost started singing Salt and Pepper there, but that's a different kind of push. He was definitely pushed. Yup, Djokovic rather than Vuskovic. Mate, honestly, like I said, this is the great thing about, again, we are Tottenham TV, or with all these chats. There are so many people in this chat now that I speak to or have my number for WhatsApp. I always normally start on Twitter. If people are tweeting me with direct messages, I don't check them very regularly. But then after a little while, I'm like, oh, you're on WhatsApp, here's my number. I've met so many people just from doing this. And it's incredible. We actually have an incredible community. Yes, there's some idiots. Yes, there's trolls. But there are some genuine down-to-earth people. And you can just tell with our chat, as you guys always see it, that we have some great people in here. And it's a pleasure getting to know you all. It really is. It really is. Where were we with everything? Where were we with the messaging? Kinski, I know we did that one. Blah blah blah. Fine. Okay, we've gone past that. Gone past that one. That's where kudos will be hearing from my legal team. Domestic Cup. There you go. Brian, got any pics of Levy on his? Yeah. No. Thankfully I never have to type that man's name into anything ever again. Ever again. In fact, I will show. Shall I show you guys why I'm blocked? Oh, do you know what? Let's see if I can find them. Daniel Levy. Wait a minute. Daniel Levy at Tottenham Hotspur. I do have some. I do. Right. Okay. So. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why not? Why not? So, people may not know, but I got blocked from sending Daniel Levy emails. The reason I got blocked from sending him emails is when the Super League was called. Let me just get rid of this comment. When the Super League was called, people, or it said send an email to, or send a video or whatever it was to Daniel Levy at TottenhamHotspur.com, whatever his email, you'll see it in a sec. And I tried to send a video. And let's just say the video would have been me on one of my rants. But every time I did it, the video was too long to send via email. And I kept getting it short. Like, how the hell am I going to get this to him? And then I had an epiphany. I was like, why don't I just send him the link every time I go on a stream and advise him to watch the video? Or, yeah, I'm going to go to the bottom here because oh yeah, I will say King Oasis, follow Tom. He is a very good wind-up merchant. He's very, very funny. But I sent Daniel Levy some emails. Would you like to see the kind of emails that I sent Daniel Levy? Yes or no? Would you like to see them? And you're pretty much guaranteed to see why I got. I'm surprised it took as long as it did. I'm surprised it took as long as it did. So, funny enough, people are saying yes, they want to see them. Okay, I did say, listen, oh dear. Okay. Oh dear. Here we go. 1 second, let me get it. Oh, mate, you became a full-on Tottenham Tour roadie, mate. Thank you, PMP 17. I will say, January closing day of the window, we're going again. We are going again. We're the Late Night Lilywhite will be going pretty much 3-4 times a week during January. But okay, all right. I'm gonna. Oh dear. Okay, let me share the screen. These are genuine emails that I sent to Daniel Levy. Let me just, so you can see the date. Wait a minute, wait. Okay, let me go one down. So you can see from the head. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see the. You can see the headline, so you can see it. So these were dated when it would have been the Super League onwards, and we're talking 2022. So, what's this one? Let's just watch the rant. This is what I think of your. Okay, so here we go. Daniel, I can't tell the truth, Levy. Congratulations on setting a new 72-hour record before your words turn out to be nothing more than lies. Although this time you have undoubt yourself, in the last week you have bought a golf course, followed by some blatant plans to undertake a massive building project, all within days of saying all our money goes back into the football side of the club. You've managed to do this within a week, whilst we are waiting 57 days to get a bloody manager into the club. You're a disgrace, an embarrassment, a mercenary, and a pathological liar. Sell the bloody club. I will be back in London for the NFL protest, and believe me, I will be heard. Best wishes, your number one hater, Brian. So that's one of them. What was another good one for me? Oh, this one would have been good. Dear Daniel, the money-grabbing parasite, please watch the first 10 minutes of this video. Just a small indication of just how much of a lying, backstabbing, pathetic, disgraceful, unethical parasite I think you are. I want my So, any is there? And they were the links to the shows that I was on. So they were the kind of things that I said. I could see you have asked for Tom's handle. Has Tom put it in here? If not, I can pass it on to him. I don't know if Tom wants his handle in here. If he does want his handle in here, I will put it in here. Because oh yeah, there was the You're a Cock one. What did I put in that one? But I think that one I did to see if I was blocked, and I think this one bounced back. Oh no, it said, "Hi Daniel, you lying bitch, Levy. Sell my club as you are a disgrace. Your number one hater and damn proud Brian." That was that was. I didn't mix my words. This was when I was old Brian, shouting, screaming, bitching, moaning. But there was nothing I wouldn't have done. There was nothing I wouldn't have done. And what got me is when I got blocked, it would have been either his PA, Cullen, and I live in the dream. I have it in my head that he read his own emails. I literally, obviously, he would have got hundreds, and that, well, we would have daily, let alone from irate fans during the Super League. But I have this notion that either him or Cullen have said, and this is before we did the training ground protest. This was way before we did the training ground protest. So I didn't mix my words with them. I had to, man. I literally, I had to. I won't. So let me just go back. I burnt a lot of them, and I'm when just before COVID, something happened, and this just showed how bad Spurs used to, or what they did. Do you remember just before COVID when we drew 1-1 with Burnley and Dele Alli scored a penalty? I don't know why Spurs did this. It just goes to show that they didn't give a fuck. The exact moment, this would have been a pre-timed email from the club. So it had nothing to do. No one just said Spurs have scored. Let's say it would have been pre-planned. During that game, when Dele Alli scored the penalty, Spurs sent a mass email out to all season ticket holders and members and people that have CRN numbers to let them know that they can get their priority tickets as member of season tickets to Lady Gaga's concert. I was like, why would you send that out? Obviously, you wouldn't have known Dele Alli was going to score an equaliser, but why would you send something like that out during a Spurs match? Do it before the match. Do it straight after the full-time whistle. Like, just don't do it in that 2-hour block that Spurs are playing. And it was red rag to a ball. Every single Spurs shirt I had here, I took outside into our driveway and I set on fire. I ripped them up because they were all Enix shirts or shirts we had. I was like, nope, I don't want anything to do with it. I literally was like, fuck off. I don't want anything owned that was bought during Levy's tenure. I've got loads of shirts back home. Thank God that I hadn't ripped up, that I'd outgrown or whatever. But yeah, so right now I've got about 3. I had a very nice person who's a great supporter of the channel, and we got talking, and he actually sent me out a gift package with my favourite Spurs kit, which is the Gareth Bale Inter Milan one. I've got the Gaza FA Cup final shirt, and I've got a couple of others, but now I can start buying stuff. I will go to DHgate or whatever this season because finance, but I can now start buying Spurs stuff, which is great. Yeah, hit that like and subscribe. I hope you are, buddy. I hope you are, mate. You gotta love it. I just didn't care. I didn't care. Like I said, I've just got the very big feeling and just dreaming that he actually read them. I could die a happy man if he read them or Donna Cullen did. Oh, John, you have no idea. You have no idea. Like I said, Daniel Levy knew who I was, not just because of that, but when I did the training ground, when I was there at the NFL protests, I used to have Tottenham security go, Brian, not going to cause trouble today, are you? Like when we're doing the protest, I was like, listen, I'm just a speak. So I went in hard. I just you cracked my code. I think I was very, very misunderstood and wasn't getting my message over clear enough. But yeah, they were just a few, and now I'm blocked. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him, but the rage in me, that is as well. Before I started being a little bit more diplomatic and a little bit more balanced, and I'd still go on a leave you out rant, but if people were watching me when I first started coming on We Are Tottenham TV, I had venom. I would shout and scream and bitch and moan and swear. I swear a hell of a lot. I've got to cut that down, especially when live. I don't care so much this time of night when we're just chilling. But I mean, when I'm on a daytime show or whatever, or when you're on certain channels, like last one, Spurs, big chat. I don't want to cut. I make sure I tone it down kind of thing. But when I went on these Levy out rants, I couldn't control myself. And that was sent in the peak venom times. Oh mate, I weren't. Oh mate, I was. You know, every single time you're number one hater and proud. I didn't even make a fake email address. All came from my email address that I put in the chat. Damn right, Mashing the Joe. That's what we were brought up to say. That's what we're brought up to say. Oh mate, mate, I think I deleted a few, but I remember once I started deleting, I was like, why am I deleting these? And I will never ever delete those emails ever. I aim to please, buddy. I aim to please. That honestly, I used to love saying that. It was one of my favorite things. Mate, do you know what? You never know. If I could have found out that he has seen them somehow, done. Oh mate, I've written. Yeah, mate. You see, I love right. Those were the kind of things when I write like anniversary card to my wife, I'm very, very romantic, and I'll write loads of things. Put it this way: our first anniversary we had here was our 4th wedding anniversary, and I went to the card shop, and I couldn't choose between which, like the wordy cards. I love getting a really wordy card for like those really nice, you know what I mean, like even the ones that have got like a few pages to them. I saw 4 cards that I loved, and I couldn't pick which one. I was like, for 15 minutes, I was like, do you know what? I'll just buy all 4 and I'll give her a card for every year. So she got 4 anniversary cards on our 4th anniversary, and everyone had a novel. Mate, mate, Swifty, you knew what I used to be like. It was, mate, those days were. Oh, I think we're on the right path now, King Oasis. Like I said, I'm giving them 2 windows, see what they're made of, and then we'll go from there. And then if I need to protest, Enoch, I think you know what emails Enoch will be getting. To Vivian, to Charlie, to Joe, to Vinay. Just send me in. Just send me in on emails. We'll see how many people I can get blocked by. Oh, mate, those emails were brilliant, mate. When I put my glasses, the sad thing is when I did start shaving my head and here, and I did put my glasses on. Unfortunately, I see the comparison. I do see the comparison. Mate, do you know what, Singularity? I'd love nothing more. I think in one of the emails deleted, I said, why don't I sent an email along the lines of the ones I've just shown you, and said, come on and defend yourself, prick, or something like that. Let's just put it this way. When people like the big chat show hosts try and reach out to their stars, they probably whine and dine and schmooze and do everything to get them. I don't think I did that. I don't think I did that. I think that was the mate. You remember these were sent in 2022. These were sent in 2022. These were sent. What would it have been? Who was it during COVID? It was Mourinho, wasn't it? Mourinho. It was during the Mourinho. It was during the Jose Mourinho time. You big up, Eugene. Big up, brother. I've just seen you in here. You didn't respond. We're going to do to Frank or not to Frank, October, bro. We'll do it during the international break. We'll do September, August and September, and then we're back on track. And it'll be international. It'll be a bit of content we can do. Mate, how Tottenham never blocked me on Twitter. Well, do you know what it is, Tom? You and I would put Levy out stuff on there, but we wouldn't be like vile or inciting vile. Like, there are some horrific things said about him. Like, I can't really say any different with what I put on the email, but you know, there's been some like vile towards his family. Like, you and I don't do that. It's always been about his leadership of Tottenham, or his ownership of Tottenham, should we say? But yeah, it did surprise me. Could you imagine? Can you imagine when he was? Let's just pretend we're on Whose Line Is It Anyway? I was thinking, could you imagine if he's just going through his emails and it goes, "You have new message," and it just says, "You're a cock." Oh, are you? I've never met Joe. I don't interact with him a lot. Brian, what was saying? What a lot of us were thinking. Yeah, mate. Look, people know what I did for the Levy out movement, or the movement that I was part of, and standing up outside the training ground, coming back early to support change for Tottenham. Like I did, there was nothing I wouldn't do. There's nothing I wouldn't do, and I'm very proud of the work Tom ate, and everyone did. But we stood out there, me, Graham, and Ryan, were just three of us at that training ground to begin with, and boy, did we get heard. And it spread around. Jason Cundy follows you. Jesus Christ. With Michael Carrick, I don't know if I have, mate. Where's that? I'd love to watch that. Don't ever say, mate, the worst thing is we share the same middle name. And when I found out, I never use my middle name anymore. When they say, whenever you filled out a form and it was like forename, middle name, optional, and then surname, I always used to give my middle name. Since I found out I had the same one as Daniel Levy, I do not use it. Stays blank. Maybe I can start using my middle name again. Steve, do you know what? Steve Archibald is incredible on Twitter. He is incredible in Twitter. Viv, oh God. I hope not. I hope not, because I've been praising her and I believe she's going to be very good for Tottenham if she gets her way. So let's hope not. I'm hoping Cullen. If it ain't Levy, I've got to hope Cullen saw it. I've got to hope. That would be it. Did I ever send? No, I didn't send to Don Cullen. Maybe because I don't know why. No, I didn't send to Don Cullen. Yeah, exactly. That's not you and me. And you and me have our names on our accounts. We don't have aliases or those. It's not us. Oh, mate, I can't wait to see him. Mate, every time that guy sets up an account on Twitter, he gets absolutely bombarded. That one of the best. Did you guys ever see? There's a video. I could play this because let's see. I can play this because Ben and Sim will never ever copyright us ever. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Yeah, maybe they will not copyright us. Have people, I know for a fact Ben and Simeon will not copyright us. That's fine. Have you guys ever seen, there's 87 of you in here. Have you ever seen the video of exactly King Oasis? That's why when people say go to Levy's house, the group that I stood with was like, and a lot of them were ex-firm, were like, you do not go to his house. You do, like, the it's funny actually, the firms actually have a code of ethics and a code of conduct, and it's like people's family and their houses, that's where their family, you do not, and we never did, we never would. It's just not the way to do it. Good night, Rumi. I'll be wrapping up shortly anyway, but before we do wrap up, have people seen the short where Simeon rattles Sol Campbell? Have people seen this video? Let me know if you have or haven't. Simeon absolutely rattles Sol Campbell. Chris, you've seen it. Oh, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. There you go. John's seen it. Mark Swift has seen it. I want to PMP 07. Yeah, okay, you haven't. Let's see if we can get 7 no's, and I mean genuine no's. I'll play it. So we've got 2 because Alex has just said. Lord Roger Chotner said no. We got 3. There's 93 of you in here. We need 4 more no's, and I will play it. Mashina Joe, no. We need 3. King Oasis, no. 2 more no's. Chris Banks, no. Did Chris Banks say yes? No, Chris Downs said yes. And Liran said no. Okay. So, let me get the video ready. I know we're not going to get copyrighted. All right, let me just get it ready. Okay, let's just get it back to the beginning. Okay, all righty. Let me share the screen. This is just such a quality video. Right. Whoops. Right. Let me just pause it. Right. Let's see how it looks on here. Okay, let's see if I zoom in a couple. Oh, so it's going down. 1 sec. All right, that's zoomed in the most. How's it looking on? Okay. Right, here we go. Let me just push play. Just listen to it. I'll turn the volume up a bit. Let's have a look. Where's volume? Where's volume?
What's your opinion on Club Law? First of all, you've got to start talking to me properly. Yeah. Was that a genuine question, no? I'm saying, you're starting with... Come on, anyone. You're too young. You're talking to someone who's retired like 10 years and you've still got this in your mind. You're supposed to be a journalist. You're supposed to be, I'm not. I'm supposed to be on top of TV. So what are you doing then? You're not a journalist? No. I'm a YouTube channel. You're a legend. Thank you. Listen, I'm going to sing something. When I was left top. History is important, man.
Mate, there was some afters as well, which obviously isn't there. But Sim, proper. Did you hear it, guys? Did you hear it? Did you, mate? Oh, it's brilliant. You did hear it. It's he went up to Sol Campbell and said, "What do you think of Club Loyal, mate?" Honestly, fair play to Simeon. I would honestly. That was, he got so, you probably weren't even born when I left, mate. It was absolutely brilliant. It is fucking brilliant. Fair play to Simeon for doing it. I would have loved to that to him. And then the next guy goes, "Oh, you're a legend, Sol." And it's like, fuck off. So what do you think of Club Loyalty in football? Mate, honestly, honestly, and that guy, since he's left Spurs and in his manager, mate, what an absolute. So you've seen today, literally, you have seen my emails to Daniel Levy. You have seen Sim go for Judas. Oh, mate, big time, big time. And do you know what? When Campbell came out this season, when they did that video, or do you remember he did that advert for whatever it was, where he was rubbing it in Spurs' faces and everything? That video got so many hits again. It's incredible. It's an incredible video. But on that lovely note, ladies and gentlemen, it's gone midnight. I'm going to let that be for the evening. Thank you, everyone, for joining. We will be back, or Tottenham on Tour will be back 9 o'clock Toronto time, 2 o'clock UK time today to have our joint show. And then we will have Late Night Lilywhite Tuesday after we have won our first game back in the Champions League. Everyone, I hope you've enjoyed the show. Please drop a like and a subscribe if you haven't. Everyone, have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, whatever you are doing. Have a great night. And Thomas, Frank. Thomas, Frank. And as always, Levy has gone. Night, people. Tour.